This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit GoCurrency.com. And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
Well, hello and welcome from Bob Cunningham Field at Memorial Stadium inside beautiful Wayne, America for homecoming football on News Channel Nebraska. Alongside legendary Wayne State tight end Jake Robinson, I'm Pat Jansen. Nolan Hoffman will be joining us on the sideline shortly. And Jake, we've got a good one today between Wayne State and Minnesota State. Wildcats looking to recover after a tough fourth quarter against Winona State last week. How do the Wildcats get back on the winning track?
Well, yeah, you're right. It is a beautiful day here in Wayne, America. This is football weather, right? They got to get back to controlling the ground game. Running their offense like they had the first 4 weeks. They had the game last week too. Just a couple mishaps here and there. So control the tempo, control the turnovers, and control the game, right?
Wayne State got the win last year in Mankato against Minnesota State. On the sidelines that day for Minnesota State was current offensive coordinator for the Wildcats, Colin Prosser. Now he's back at his alma mater coaching for Wayne State. So he knows those players. They know him. Who sort of has the advantage in that type of scenario, Jake?
I got to go with Prosser, man. I had the luxury of playing with him years ago, right? And that he's always on his game. So I know he's got some tricks up his sleeves for his former players, but he's gonna do really well today.
We've got a good one today coming your way. Wayne State versus Minnesota State. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with the head Wildcat himself, Logan Masters. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
The pregame show is brought to you by Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice.
Original choice.
Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice.
First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com. Wayne State.
And welcome back to the pregame show here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm joined by Logan Masters, head coach at Wayne State College. Coach, what was the message to your team before this big game?
Just we got to execute. That's the name of the game. But have energy and passion, fly around, celebrate with your teammates, and just give it all you got because that's all we need.
And how do you attack this Minnesota defense? It's pretty stout.
We got to be smart, no stupid penalties, protect the football, and execute, do our job, and they're going to make some plays. We just got to make more than that.
Great, thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. Thanks so much. More pregame show next on News Channel Nebraska.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, do it!
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
At Memorial Stadium in Wayne, America, Pat Jansen alongside Jake Robinson as we've got homecoming football here in Wayne today, and a beautiful day for football between the Wildcats and Mavericks. Typically, you put on the schedule for homecoming a team that's kind of considered a sure win. That's definitely not the case today, Jake, as the Wildcats take on a Minnesota State team that's been a traditional power. They've most recently been in the national championship game just 3 seasons ago. And now, Jake, Wildcats taking on Minnesota State in this homecoming game. You've played on this very field. Certainly it looked a little bit different about 15, 16, 17 years ago. I don't mean to age you, but these homecoming festivities as a player, are they kind of motivating, energizing, distracting? Like, what kind of is the mood and the feel when you're down there playing on a homecoming week?
Oh, they're definitely energizing, I'd say. You know, walking out in bigger crowds, the band's really jazzed up, and it really gets a player going. But these guys out here don't need any motivation. Like you said, tough contest. Minnesota Mankato, tough, always tough, perennial power.
We are just about set to go here inside Memorial Stadium. About set for our school spotlight, brought to you by Allo. High key internet, low price. But before we do that, we have the national anthem set here in just a second. But Wayne State, founded in 1891. Memorial Stadium is the home of the Wildcats. That was 40 years after the founding of the school, and in the field named after Bob Cunningham, three-sport Hall of Fame athlete. And, of course, Wayne, America, a nice little population of 5,600 people. Now we'll send it down for the national anthem.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
Homecoming in Wayne, America. The Wildcats will be receiving the kickoff to open up today's game against Minnesota State. Let's take a look at the Piedmontese Beef starting lineups, brought to you by Certified Piedmontese Beef. Wayne State, when they are on offense, as they will be to start this game, they'll send out sophomore quarterback Nick Bowen from Bennington, Nebraska. He's got Anthony Watkins, the Harvey, Illinois native, as his tailback. Meanwhile, he'll trot out wide receivers Shane Orr, Jaden Johnson, and Mason Lee. Johnson and Lee have had fantastic starts to the season thus far. His tight end will be Gage Dengel, a Bellevue native, a sophomore, 6'3", 215. Meanwhile, the big hog mollies up front. You've got left tackle Jet Jansen, 6'4", 270 out of Lincoln. His left guard will be Chris Graham Jr. from Omaha, a redshirt freshman, 6'2", 290. The center's Ryan Kennedy from Norwalk, Iowa, 6 foot, 265 senior. Saquon Cobbs from Florida, 6'5", 300. He's the right guard. And Terrell Tompkins, 6'4", 300-pounder redshirt freshman from Hickman, Nebraska. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, Minnesota State's defense, Maven Krejci is the left end, Grant Nagel the defensive tackle, Blake Van Veldhuizen, a mouthful there, is the other defensive tackle, and the right end is Chance Bowen. The linebackers, Jacob Dalton, Trent Carpenter, and Elijah McGee for the Mavericks, while in the secondary, it'll be Trey Vavel, Nick Vinson, Peyton Conrad, and Terrell Hall. And we are now set to get underway. Damian Chwanek tees it up. Actually, that's Matt Yeager for the Mavericks. Fair catch for the Wildcats at the 5, And that's where Wayne State will open up this game. And Jake, this is a team that loves to establish the run, but they can go for the big play too. We mentioned Jaden Johnson. That's a guy who can go over the top for Wayne State as they try and open things up with big plays.
Yeah, let's see what Mankato comes out here in defense. Looks like a cover one. They might go take a shot.
Backing off. From the shotgun goes Bowen. He's looking right side all the way. Complete at the 30 and dragged down at about the 28.
Nice little 7-8 yard, get the game going pass. I like it. Get the rhythm. Good protection up front.
Be second and a long 2 for the Wildcats after the completion to Austin Schmaderer. Handoff Watkins this time. Not a lot there, but enough to move the sticks as he's out to the 35-yard line. We'll bring up 1st and 10 just 30 seconds into the ball game.
Nice little hole they opened up on the right side.
Empty backfield for Bowen this time. He's looking left. Now he's going to run, but slips. Had it looked like potentially something there for him, but the field turf monster came out and got him.
The old sniper, that's what we used to call it. Yeah. They pulled the right tackle all the way over, and it did look like he had some good room.
Yeah, Tompkins at 6'4", 300. He's a big guy. Had him on the move as we take a look at the Madison County Bank instant replay. Watkins again back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Now tries to cut it back upfield and kept his feet. So escaped the tackle, and he's down to the 30, 20, 10, and that'll be a touchdown. Wildcats. Anthony Watkins kept the play alive. Minnesota State thought it was done, and just like that, Wildcats strike first on a 66-yard touchdown run from Watkins.
That's great balance, man. He had him all around and kept his feet. Oh, exciting stuff here on the cat carpet.
And it really looked like Watkins was potentially going to lose his footing again on that one, but kept it, as we see on the Madison County Bank instant replay, and Powders for the extra point. It is up and good. 7-0, Wayne State on top. 13:24 left to play first quarter. Back with more after this. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
...66-yard touchdown run for Anthony Watkins, and just like that, Wayne State strikes first against Minnesota State. And in big fashion, Wildcats on top 7-0 here in the first quarter. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska. And your first quarter brought to you by Region 4 Behavioral Health Services. Alex Powders to tee things up. The kick is away. It's low, wobbly, lands at the 15-yard line and just dies. Picked up and fielded at the 15, out past the 20, past the 30, and down to the 32. Solid pickup on that really sort of squib kick as Niles Williams, one of the up men, fielded that, and that's where the Mavericks will start out.
Well, yeah, we just missed we had great coverage there. It was an interesting kick, right? It just dropped right there and stopped, and then 32 had a heck of a chance.
First and 10 for the Mavericks, as I had my yardage wrong, out to the 27 rather than the 32. Handoff goes to the man who just fielded that kickoff, Williams. They try and stretch him out wide, and he's pushed out of bounds, as leading the charge was France. And it'll be second and about 6 to go for the Mavericks. We'll take a look at the starting lineups now for these two units. Minnesota State will trot out Hayden Eckern as the quarterback. He's got Shen Butler Lawson as his running back. His wide receivers are DJ Barber, Eric Grant, and Niles Williams. Tight end is Gabe Hagan. Not to be confused with Wayne State's tight end, Gage Dingle. Williams goes in motion. Handoff to the lone running back, trying to weave his way through. Out past the 35 to the 36 is Butler Lawson. That's going to bring up third and short for the Mavericks. We'll take a look at the Maverick offensive line. Marshall Thoner from left to right. It goes Nathan Gribble, then Jack Russell, Keyshawn Wesley, and Trevor Maston. Wayne State defense on the line. It's Rex Becker, Caleb Browse, Luke Sims, and Jackson Johnson. Linebackers are Jalen Scott and Dexter Larson and Alex Kowalczyk. Secondaries, Javon France, Jacob Bird, Tanner Cooper, and Gerald Fly. As the shotgun snap taken, handoff. Not a lot there, but just enough for the first down. Sticks goes Christian Vassar, and that'll be Minnesota State's first down of the game.
Some physical football up front.
Yeah, Wayne State, they've had Scott McLaughlin as that defensive coordinator across now 3 coaches. Dan McLaughlin, who you played for, Jake, and then eventually John McMenamin last season, and now Logan Masters, and he really sets a physical tone.
He does, and his kids play hard for him. Look at that.
Handoff once again up the middle for the Mavericks. That's going to be about 3 yards and bring up 2nd and 7 for Minnesota State, as they really look like they're trying to establish the run, Jake.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. Like, they got some big boys up front.
Yeah, you look at those sizes of the Mavericks on the line. 6'7", 295, 6'5", 285, 6'2", 290, 6'6", 280, and 6'6", 305. Definitely par for the course in the NSIC.
Definitely known for our Midwest farm boys, right? You can look at both of these rosters. You know, I'd say 50% of our guys. Oh.
Man in motion. Now shotgun snap and rolling right. Catch made by Williams on the sideline. That's a heck of a catch by Williams. Good athleticism there.
Kept his feet in bounds, kept in possession. Jackson Johnson, Bancroft, had some nice pressure on that.
Third down and 2 for the Mavericks. Clock running, 10-10 left to play first quarter. Wayne State on top, 7-0. Another big third and short for both squads. As Eric Grant goes in motion, now tight end goes in motion. Wayne State looking at potential bringing blitz, pulls back, and first down yardage for the Mavericks, as once again they go back to the ground and pick up that 1st and 10.
That was a hard run. He was downhill.
Tony Anger got that first down pickup for the Mavericks. First and 10 for Minnesota State. Shotgun snap, fake the handoff. Now looking to roll right to escape the pressure. Instead cuts back left. Solid pickup here, as now dancing out of bounds is the quarterback Eckern. Looked like Wayne State had him bottled up, but Eckern showing his ability to get out of there. We take a look at the Madison County Bank instant replay, and it was nothing but chaos, but Eckern able to get out of it.
That was a very athletic play there. You know, like you said, not just get out of it, gain 20 yards, 25 yards. What did we get there?
After a gain of, call it 19, it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. Again, they go back to the ground, and again, shedding tacklers, or rather avoiding them with the cutback, is Christian Vassar. And suddenly, Minnesota State, they tried to establish the run. It wasn't big gains to start out, but just like that, starting to gash the Wildcats.
Chipping away, getting them tired. But Wayne looks like they're in shape here. Yeah, that looked like from here almost a for sure touchdown, but there was good pursuit by, looked like Tanner Cooper.
Indeed it was. Cooper has become a bigger part of the defense this season. Clock running inside of 8 minutes, first quarter. Wayne State on top, 7-0. If these first 2 drives are any indication, we're in for a barn burner today. As now a little swing pass out to the right side, but losing his footing was Tony Anger. And really, Wayne State might have been lucky in that scenario, because if he keeps his footing and has any sort of momentum, I think that play's set up pretty well for him, Jake.
Yes, it was. France made a heck of a play to get him down. I don't think he was quite to the ground yet, but he got around his defender and made that tackle.
Going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. Minnesota State started this set of downs just inside the 10.
Well, they got their wide receivers, 1 tight end.
1 back in the backfield with Eckern. That's who gets the handoff. He tries to follow his line, gets to about the 10. Eckern tried to sell that he was running. Wayne State didn't buy it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line.
That was a nice play by that number 5 linebacker, Alex. He shed his block, and he was in the backfield before that running back even had the ball.
Kowalczyk has already been named NSIC Defensive Player of the Week this season. He's had a fantastic start to the season for the Wildcats.
Big 3rd down here.
Feels like we've said that a couple times already.
Yeah, this whole drive, it has been big 3rd downs.
Eckern with 3 wide to the left, takes the shotgun snap, throws left, has a man that he looks for near the pylon but can't find him. It was Williams, who's been very active this drive, and that will end what had been a pretty productive drive for the Mavericks. They'll bring the field goal unit out on.
Had some nice quarterback pressure on that. Forced him to throw. It looked like it was going to be a 3-step drop anyway, but it was good pressure up front by the Wildcats.
Now on to attempt the field goal is Chuanik. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it is no good. It goes wide, and wow, that is a momentum moment.
Huge stop there.
So Wayne State scores on its first drive of the day, bends but doesn't break on its first defensive series, and now the Wildcats looking to add on to their 7-0 lead, Jake.
That wind looked like it may have played a factor there. It was a pretty good-looking kick. It looked good the whole way from here, just snuck outside that crossbar. That's a huge stop for McLaughlin's defense.
This is not an unwindy campus as we take a look at the Madison County Bank instant replay. Just pushed it just a bit.
It is not an unwindy campus. Well said, Pat. Well said.
Bowen right going deep, and he's got a man caught just short of the 50, now drugged down in Minnesota State territory at the 35-yard line. That was Elder. No, I take that back. That was Elder, yes, who made the catch. They like to use him in a lot of different ways. He's really grown in the offense. We'll take a look at the replay once again, brought to you by Madison County Bank. Elder just was wide open over the top.
There's that shot we were talking about. We thought we might see it on the first play of the game, but
handoff. Fake handoff.
Yep.
They go out on an option play for Elder to the 30, to the 20, inside the 15, and just like that,
Tough run, and like you said, they like to use them in a variety of different ways.
That got our crew faked out as well. Yeah. By far the best crew in Northeast Nebraska, and they still got them.
I agree with that statement too, Pat. This NCN has been great for us small town communities throughout Nebraska, I'll tell you that.
Oh, and you're someone who can speak to that, a Pender native. As Kaiser in the backfield with Bowen, fakes the handoff, now tries to run it himself. It's going to be a short loss, and I think there may have been a little bit of a warning for some extra contact after the play from the big lineman getting out there, but there will be no flag. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 11 for the Wildcats.
Strung out that play nicely on defense, did the Mavericks. Put him to short side of field and just strung it out until there was nowhere to go. Well played.
Well officiated, though, too, as Chris Graham tried to finish the play. He got just the warning, didn't get the flag. Now Bowen running option right side. He's going to pitch it out for Elder. Big contact at the 10. Nothing more beyond that.
There's some hitting going on here.
Yeah, that is NSIC football, Jake. Now, this was a slightly different NSIC when you were playing, as some of the teams have come in and been added, but it's been known as a physical league in Division II football.
It has. Yeah, I didn't have the pleasure of playing Mankato, but you get to Winona State, anywhere. Go up to Aberdeen, South Dakota, and play at Northern. They'll rock your world. I'll tell you that. They've done some good football in the NSIC.
Bowen will go from the shotgun with Kaiser to his left. Going to roll left, looking for the end zone, looking, and that's going to be too strong on 3rd down. He was trying to go for Johnson, and that's going to bring up what looks like a field goal situation now for the Wildcats.
Pretty good coverage on defense there. He might have had a step. It's a tough one, right? Put it where he can only make the play, if anybody.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic there. And now Alex Powders looking to make it a 2-possession game. Could be a slight flip of momentum and really the point side of things.
That wind swirling around. Hopefully it doesn't play a factor here. We'll see.
Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it will slice through. And the Wildcats now have a 2-possession lead. 3:36 left to play first quarter. 10-0. Wayne State on top of Minnesota State. We'll take a break. Be back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice. Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Kickoff underway as Wayne State, after the Alex Powders field goal, now is a 10-0 lead and a big collision at the 30-yard line. We talked about that physical play in the NSIC, Jake. Oh, my goodness, was there a collision.
Yeah, Joey Gettle, he came shooting through there. He never once slowed down. From the moment he took off from the kickoff, he found his spot and met him with intention, you could say.
3:31 left to play first quarter. Wayne State on top of Minnesota State. Most recent scoring drive was capped by a 26-yard field goal by Alex Powders. That followed an earlier touchdown by Anthony Watkins.
Running the late guy out here. Must have taken the field with 10. Oh, good protection. Go, get through there. Wide open. Nice play.
Yeah, long pass down inside the Wayne State 40-yard line. Making the catch for the Mavericks was DJ Barber, the sophomore from Savage, Minnesota. But really a good job by Hayden Eckern buying time. You mentioned it, Jake. There was a lot of pressure behind that line of scrimmage.
Coach Masters wanted an incomplete, but it looked like it was a pretty good catch from up here.
Yeah, looked like Barber got his hands underneath there. Going to bring up 1st and 10. Second time Minnesota State has been inside Wayne State territory. They got no points from it last time, though, after a missed field goal. Handoff goes to the right. Not a lot doing for Shen Butler Lawson, the junior from Augusta, Georgia. He'll pick up about 2, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Mavericks.
Wayne State D-line, linebackers filling the gaps nicely on that one. Not a lot, like you said, not a lot of places to go there. He just picked a seam and still able to get 2 out of it. That's tough running.
A lot of different looks and motion from Minnesota State prior to the snap. As Eckern will take the snap once again. A lot of pressure and batted down. Busting in was Jalen Scott, who has had himself a start to the season. He's actually had 2 touchdowns taken off the board by either penalty or clock expiration. He wants one today, and he nearly had a chance at coming up with that.
Yes, he did. He got up in the air. He read that nicely. They had it set up, though. That was a great play call from Mankato. Just a great defensive play.
Senior from Muncie, Indiana. And that is a man who cuts an athletic build for sure. As Eckern takes the shotgun snap, rolling right side. Looking, and nothing there.
Nearly intercepted.
Nice play there. As that was Jacob Bird, the sophomore from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, really with phenomenal defense on Barber.
You know, you watch that whole play. Every receiver had somebody in this right in his hip pocket. They did, and we had pressure brought off this side, and that could have been a good one. Good stop there, though. Great stop there.
The sophomore linebacker from Blair, Dexter Larson, was giving chase, and oh my goodness, this is going to be a long field goal attempt.
Yeah, what is that, 37-49?
We're looking at a 54-yard field goal attempt. And the kick is up. It's got the distance. And
wow.
It is in. One heck of a kick from Matthew Yeager, and it's back to a one-possession game. 54-yard field goal for the Mavericks. And it's 10-3. 2:04 left to play first quarter. We'll take a quick break. Back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
I was working at a manufacturing home plant here in town. I was working with a radial arm saw where you hit a button on the floor and it activates the saw to come out. I reached down, didn't realize somebody had moved the pedal over in front of the saw. When I reached down for him, my foot hit the pedal and my hand was gone. So they life-flighted me to Norfolk, and 13 hours later, I got my hand back on. Faith Regional, Dr. Harsel, a deep place in my heart. Very awesome place. I mean, they're always right there. Saved my hand, saved my life. I chose to stay at Faith Regional for my therapy because they knew what they were doing. They worked with me from day one. Therapy team is just tremendous at what they do. If you have any kind of hand problems, surgery, whatever, go see the team at Faith Regional. When I needed major hand surgery, I had faith.
After a 54-yard field goal by Yeager, he kicks off, and it's fair caught by the Wildcats. We've seen ourselves some fantastic plays to start out this game, Jake Robinson. A 67-yard touchdown run by Anthony Watkins, and then Yeager's big 54-yard field goal, and we've got ourselves a 10-3 game.
It's been a fun game to watch so far. It's been a heck of a first quarter. A couple minutes left in the first quarter here. See if Wayne can put some more on the board. I keep looking at that flag in the north end zone, and it's going back and forth. So, you know, usually you play for the win one way or another here at Wayne. This just might be a.
It's true Wayne fall weather, Jake. As Bowen takes the shotgun snap, throws right side. It's caught by Shane Orr. He's out past the first down sticks to the 36-yard line, gain of 11, and Wayne State with another first down on the move.
Nice little three-man route there. Put the pressure on the outside and on the taking the top off there and opened up a nice little hole. Those are tough to stop. Doesn't matter what you're running. Good play call from old Colin Prosser, if I do say so myself.
Former Minnesota State assistant, former Wayne State player, as the handoff goes left side once again. Battering his way down past the 40-yard line is Schmaderer that time.
Tough run for 3 yards. Long way to go. Showed some speed there, though. Got to the edge.
Schmaderer, one of several former Bennington Badgers on this roster, along with his quarterback, Nick Bowen. That's an area where Wayne State has put a lot of focus on recruiting. Blitz coming this time for Minnesota State. Bowen gets rid of it. It's caught by Watkins out past the 45, where he's dumped out of bounds at the 47, but that's going to be another first down for the Wildcats.
Nice little hesitation move. Got him another yard and a half. Got him that first down. That was a heck of a play.
Watkins has been a lot of fun to watch the last couple of years. He's got good speed, but can really run physically as well.
Exciting. He didn't look like he was going to get there. And then he just made one small little move, and he got an extra couple yards.
He's in the backfield with Bowen once again, fakes the handoff, throws over the middle looking for Mason Lee. Looks like there was contact. Indeed, there was. Yeah. Late flag comes flying in from the back. But with where it landed, I'm going to wonder if they're going to call this holding. But that definitely looked like pass interference.
Yep, he threw it about pass interference, about where he was standing, wasn't it, when he came across? That was a heck of a toss from that back judge. Yeah. It was. It went 20, 25 yards. But he moved it back. I think they're looking at it because it looked like he may have arrived early.
All credit to Richie Hutchinson, the back judge today from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we're going to take a look at the replay.
Just looked like he was hanging on him a little early. Such a bang-bang play, pass interference is.
Elijah McGee is who gets dinged for the penalty. Wayne State now with a first down. Rest of the refereeing crew, Christopher Giras, Kerry Radzewski, Jeff Kopecki, Derek Ohm, Steve Cryer, and Mike Mutter as Wayne State goes back to the ground. This time it's Jacob Kaiser, the Hardington native. He picks up about a yard and a half, going to bring up second and a long 8 for the Wildcats.
That referee list looks like both these rosters: Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, South Dakota. That's NSIC football. For the majority, right? But we've got, we always I had guys, Florida, Texas, California, Vegas. It's kind of fun when you get a group like that together here in Wayne, Nebraska on Saturdays like this. That cat carpet looks amazing. I am a little jealous I didn't get to play on that.
Well, we'll be back for more football on that very field turf, Jake. We have reached the end of the first quarter. Wayne State on top of Minnesota State, 10-3. Back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Back here in beautiful Wayne, America, homecoming day, and right now the Wildcat fans being treated to a positive experience for the black and gold. Wayne State on top, 10-3 as we head into the second frame. The second quarter brought to you by Unity Eye Centers. This quarter brought to you by Unity Eye Centers with offices in Norfolk, Pierce, Columbus, Grand Island, and St. Paul. Wildcats looking to extend their 10-3 lead. Nick Bowen stands at his own 50. Snap will come from the Minnesota State 45. He's looking left and nearly picked off as it goes off the hands of Shane Orr, just a tad behind him. He got both hands on it, but couldn't collect it. And then on the deflection, it was nearly an interception for Terrell Hall. It falls harmlessly, however, but it will bring up 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats.
A lot of pressure being applied up front. Looked like they brought a few guys, or at least one extra guy off their left side. He had to get rid of it in a hurry.
Going to go with an empty set once again is Bowen. He sends his running back, Kaiser, out wide to the left. Bowen takes the shotgun snap. Got good time, goes over the top looking for Mason Lee, who makes the catch!
Oh, wow!
In traffic, Mason Lee, the Wayne Blue Devil, comes down with the catch, and the Wildcats are on top 16-3, 11 seconds into the second quarter.
Good catch, man. That's high pointing the football right there. Going after it. That's aggressive. That reminds me, I believe Logan was number 8 too. Looked a lot like him his freshman year when I played with him. It was a lot like that. If there's a one-on-one ball, you win those.
Mason Lee is a guy who has now caught a pass in all but one of the games he's played as a Wildcat.
He has that 19, 20 in a row?
19 straight games with a catch for Mason Lee as the kick from Powders is up and in. And 11 seconds into the second quarter, Wayne State with a 17-3 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison, Plainview, Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
My goodness, we have gotten some big plays today here in Wayne, America, Jake Robinson. The most recent one, a touchdown pass from Nick Bowen to Mason Lee, 45 yards to pay dirt, and now the Wildcats on top 17-3. What a show for the homecoming fans so far.
Yeah, they're all about it. They're up in their chairs. They got the band going over here. It brought this place to its feet, I'll tell you that. Us too, including us up here in the booth. That was a great play, great catch.
Powders approaches, the kick is away, high end over end, lands in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and Minnesota State has some work to do to get themselves back into this ball game.
Like we said from the beginning, Wayne goes out and gets some momentum. If they can just hold on to it the whole game, they'll control it like this.
Glad to have you with us here on this beautiful Saturday. No competition against Nebraska on TV today as the Huskers played last night. 14-13 win over Rutgers. Also, if you are interested in our South station, we've got Doan on the air today on NCN. 14:49 left to play first half. Wayne State on top of Minnesota State 17-3. Handoff goes to the motion man looking for a halfback pass.
Get him.
Well read by Wayne State. Fumble. Wildcats on it, but I believe it's going to end up back with Minnesota State. I think Kowalczyk, or rather was that Dexter Larson, who wanted to pick it up for the scoop and score.
Oh, they threw a flag.
There was a
from
flag.
A potential turnover to a late hit, unnecessary.
Well, there also could have potentially been a horse collar prior to the fumble as we look at the Madison County Bank instant replay. It was Scott, who initially made the tackle. That flag came out kind of late.
Late hit. I don't know about that. Those are questionable, right? Everybody's on the ground and going after a ball. It may have still been rolling around. It didn't look too... Well, they called it no matter what, right? But it didn't look too intentional.
Yeah, there have been a couple momentum kind of turns at points in this game. Minnesota State misses a field goal after a long drive. Then Wayne State takes it right back down the field and scores to make it a 2-possession game. That could be a momentum turner as well, as it looked like Wayne State was about to go up 3 possessions on a scoop and score. Instead, as you mentioned, Jake, no fumble recovery, and instead a penalty against Wayne State. A little bobble by the quarterback. This one is picked up
3 scores now.
all the way.
Yes, sir.
Wayne State in for the touchdown. It's Gerald Fly. Woo!
That was a heck of a play there, right?
They brought in Camden Dean as the quarterback, did Minnesota State. There was bobbling on the snap, and then on the run, Dean just loses the football. It bounces right to Gerald Fly, and he scampers all the way in for the touchdown, as we see that on the instant replay. And just like that, it's 23-3 Wildcats with an Alex Powders kick coming.
Bounce. That was a perfect bounce.
Kick up, and it is good. 24-3. Wildcats on top. We'll take a break. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you as the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment. They can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
Stay tuned for our halftime show presented by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. And Wayne State experiencing a whole bunch of success, not just in the classroom, but on the football field right now. A scoop and score by Gerald Fly has the Wildcats on top 24-3 with 14-16 left to play in the first half. My goodness, Jake Robinson, this could not be a better scripted start for the Wildcats.
My blood pressure, I'm going to need to take some medication after these last 3 plays of the game. That was it, right? High, up, down, up, touchdown. Tell you what, it's exciting football right now.
Well, there must be some momentum coursing through Alex Powders as his kick goes through the back of the end zone. And Minnesota State will start with a fresh offensive possession following the touchback. And
let's see how they respond here.
Yeah, a big moment. And I'm not sure we'll see Camden Dean a whole lot more. His one snap in as quarterback was a fumble that was taken back for a touchdown by the Wildcats. Some late substitutions by Wayne State. As the handoff, not much doing for Minnesota State, although some yards after contact for Shen Butler Larson, and he needed all of that.
Yep, I expect, I would imagine Mankato's going to play a lot, this whole drive is going to be like that, like their first drive, opening drive of the game.
It's kind of a difficult balance at this point if you're Minnesota State, Jake, as they've really shown the ability to establish the run, but you can't afford to shorten this game too much when you're down 21.
Yeah, a lot of football left, right? I'd keep running like that. We've all seen it. They can break a long one. That's what happened with Wayne on the first drive, But, there you go.
Fake handoff, and it's the quarterback who keeps it this time as Eckern out to just short of the 35, going to be just short of the sticks and bring up another 3rd and short for the Mavericks. You mentioned, a long game, a lot to go, yet Wayne State was ahead 14-7 at halftime last week, ended up losing 38-14. It was tied 14-14 going into that fourth quarter, so they know very well that points can come in bunches.
All gas, no brakes, never let up. It's going to be a conditioning game right now, too. Watch between these two lines, O-line, D-line here. They're going to run the ball a lot, just like you mentioned the Huskers earlier. I don't like to bring them up on Wayne radio, on Wildcat radio, but that's what made them so good back in the 90s was just their conditioning. Run them in, run them out, run them in, run them out. And Wayne's got quite a few guys on the D-line playing.
Although the push there went in favor of Minnesota State, as Eckern had no problems picking up the first down on the quarterback sneak. It's going to bring up a new set of downs for Minnesota State, sitting at their own 38-yard line. Clock running inside 12 minutes and 20 seconds. 24-3, Wayne State on top of Minnesota State. One back in the backfield with Eckern. Sends Williams in motion. Now he'll keep it himself, run right side, and that is diagnosed perfectly by Jackson Johnson. Buries him for a short loss. Going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Mavericks.
Jackson Johnson was a heck of an athlete in high school. He played at BRLD 3-4 years ago. State champion basketball or football. He was just a great athlete. He showed it there.
Let's take a look at the replay brought to you by Madison County Bank as Johnson makes that tackle. You mentioned he played for BRLD. Now the BR is separate from the LD once again, as we had Bancroft Rosalie on our air last night against Stanton.
Yep, and the Pendragons took on LD.
Handoff again, just right side to about the 40-yard line, cut down.
Solid tackle. There was some bouncing going off. He did. He hit him right in the gut, and they both went flying. That's some hard hitting.
It was Anger who got the carry. He's listed as a tight end on the roster, but he's got a couple carries so far today. And another big third down. This one a little bit longer for Minnesota State. Minnesota State has had a lot of third and manageable, now set up with a 3rd and 8 at their own 40.
Might see the crowd get into it here, Pat. Get a little noise going. Oh. From the crowd from the south end zone. I like that. I like that new setup having the...
Yeah. Scott comes on a blitz. It's picked up. Throw left side. It's caught. Hauled in by Eric Grant at the sideline inside Wayne State territory. And
Tough throw across the field. And, it's a 12-yard gain, but it's a 35-yard throw.
Yeah, that's
on the money. Great
as
throw.
You mentioned, that's a good, strong arm play there by Eckern. And he was kind of on his back foot, too, throwing that, as he felt a little bit of the heat coming. So that's pure arm strength there by Eckern, as we see on the Madison County Bank instant replay.
Great job by the receiver to come back to it. Oh.
Fake handoff, rolling right side. He looks and nearly picked off. What a play. Coming in there was Jacob Bird from O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls. He's had himself a solid start to the day so far.
That was a great play. From the free safety, came down, had the tight end coming out. Made a heck of a read and a great play. Stayed off his back, no pass interference. That's exactly how you draw it up in practice.
Let's take a look.
Exactly what they do.
Take a look at it right there as he comes in to defend Grant Guyett.
Keep that left arm behind you so you can make the tackle if he does make the catch. And that was well done. Impressive play.
10:05 left to play first half.
Bringing some power.
On 2nd and 10, they hand off, and well read by Wayne State. There was a bit of a run blitz coming in there.
It's a good thing he handed that one off. If they were running play action there, it could have been another 6 going Wayne's way here.
Our stat man, former Wayne State Wildcat himself, Sheldon Fox, just held up those fingers to say the same thing. That close to really just blowing that play up.
See what they do here on 3rd.
Well, they converted a 3rd and 8 just a couple plays ago. 3rd and 8 once again, this time on the Wayne State half of the field. 2 men in the backfield with Eckern from the shotgun looking. He has time, now chased out of the pocket, escapes a tackle, spins away, but not from the second wave of tacklers, as France, among others, there to cut him down at about the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and likely a punting situation for the Mavericks.
Quarterback did well to get what he got there. That was some pretty athletic play there. Yeah, it's definitely a punt. Nice job by the Wildcat D.
Take a look at that replay with Eckern getting spun down. The punt away, but barely. And Wildcats let it bounce. It will bounce all the way into the end zone. Nice read there by the return man, Bird, to let it bounce. And Wildcats will start at their own 25-yard line, looking to pad this lead. Logan Masters huddling up with his offense, along with offensive coordinator Colin Prosser, and the Wildcats.
Let's see what they dialed up here. I think hey, to your point, they didn't move the ball very far. It took 4 minutes off the clock, so you can't be having too many possessions that come out with 0 points for Mankato.
Wildcats, I would imagine, try and shorten this game as well as they hand it off to Watkins, biding his time out past the 20, past the 25. A solid pickup of about 7, maybe 8 on 1st and 10.
Nice block by Mason Lee out there in 72. Old Cobbs from Mineola, Florida. Kind of opened up the gap up nicely. 6 yards downfield, that was nice.
Cobb's
nice when you see a receiver blocking.
Yeah. Cobb's not a small man himself, 6'5", 300. Then Mason Lee, a wide receiver, certainly more slender, but he's got some physicality as the handoff goes. Watkins left side, shakes a tackler, 30, 35, out of bounds. There may be some contact on the sideline. I think they're going to give the defender the benefit of the doubt. But Anthony Watkins doing work on this drive.
That was the only time he was touched that whole play. Questionable, close to the sideline here, but he never got touched going through that hole. He's quick.
I think the defender gets the benefit of the doubt just because Watkins is so shifty. You can't take for granted that he's going out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if you can slow up on him. If you slow up, he might be gone.
Now it's Kaiser in the backfield with Bowen. Fakes the handoff to him. Now on his back foot, he's got a receiver at the 35, 30, 25, 20, and drug out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. They had a man just streaking wide open in Lane Vanderwall, the Volga, South Dakota native, and that was just completely uncovered, Jake.
Yes, where did he come from? Oh, it was came down like he was going to block and just snuck out of there. The best play. That is, it's like a hitch and go, anything like that for a tight end style guy. Come in, act like you're going to block, or a slot receiver, and then just take off down the field. It worked that time, I'll tell you that.
You ever get involved in any plays like that?
Yeah. Those are always my favorite to get called. They didn't get called that often, but when they did, I was elated. Here we go.
Watkins in motion, takes the handoff, trying to spin away from a defender, and just good tackling by the Mavericks, burying Watkins for a loss. Making that tackle was Peyton Conrad, the senior from T, South Dakota.
He wasn't letting go. He had a foot, and he kept it. I thought he was going to sneak out of there.
Yeah, we mentioned the Husker game from last night, and Watkins kind of has that sort of plant and cut ability that Anthony Grant does. And you watch him, that's tough to tackle. So that's really a lot of credit to Conrad.
That's instinct. He's got the instinct.
Watkins going right side off tackle. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and a little bit more manageable for the Wildcats after a pickup of, call it about maybe 8, and bring up 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
We could see something interesting here. 3rd and 5 from 7-yard line.
Wildcats.
Interesting formation here. Oh, there we go. Something I didn't know what was going on.
They shift out of that interesting formation. Kaiser in the backfield with Bowen. He's got time. Throws over the middle. A lot of contact.
There was something looked funny there. Was that his face mask?
They were going for Elder. Elder was not too happy about that contact. It may have happened after somebody got their hand on the ball, but it kind of looked like they may have pulled at Elder's long hair there.
But they pulled at something, yeah. The pass was well defended. He threw into some coverage, but it's 3rd and 7 on the goal line. You're going to have DBs and linebackers right there. But it just looked like something a little funky at the end of it.
That is technically within the rules as Powder's on to kick the field goal. It's low, line drive. It's up and in. 27-3, Wildcats extend their lead. 5:27 left to play second quarter. Back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
(27-3), Wayne State on top as the Wildcats continuing a trend so far this season. Jake Robinson inside the red zone.
Yeah, they're, I read the stat earlier today. They're NSIC first in the red zone. They rank first in the red zone, and I think they're, 4 for 4 today? Coming out, their first touchdown was a long run, but that's the key. Come out for, you come out, you get into the red zone, come away with points every time.
4 for 4 makes them now 18 of 19 on possessions inside the 20-yard line.
That is a stat you like to see. It is. You get down there, you don't want to walk away with missed opportunity.
Powders again bangs one through the end zone, and it'll be another long field for Minnesota State as now things start to reach a little bit of an urgent level for the Mavericks, and we get a look at the water tower of beautiful Wayne, America. A beautiful campus here in Wayne, a beautiful town, and a lot of the community out here today for homecoming.
It's a beautiful fall Saturday. You walked out today and it just felt like football to me, and here we are watching a heck of a game from the Wildcats so far.
I was a little worried it might be a touch cold, which I feel like would probably benefit a team like Minnesota State that likes to run the ball, as the pass this time complete for the Mavericks. Making the catch was Grant. He gets up and kind of looks at the defender in the process, but let's take a look at that Wayne State crowd just beneath us, and they have shown out today here in Wayne, America.
Yeah, we'll get the attendance numbers here later. There's a lot of people here, a lot of former players, a lot of guys I played with, coaches that coached us. It's good to see.
Well, some of the coaches were guys you played with.
Yeah, exactly. Logan and Prosser.
Nearly another dangerous pass by Eckern, but a nice catch on the sideline by Barber. Some of those lanky receivers for Minnesota State, they've shown really some solid skill, Jake.
Yes, keeping their feet in bounds, getting possession. I mean, that's tough to do, and they've done it on a regular basis here today. Going back to that red zone discussion, there was a whole section of practice dedicated just to that. And I guarantee these guys are... Oh, here we go. We're starting.
Eckern once again from the shotgun. Oh, there's motion, and I believe this is going to be a false start this time against Nathan Gribble, the redshirt freshman from Wisconsin, on that Minnesota State offensive line. Now, you talked about that, drilling those kinds of things in. It makes me think, it's some of those little details that I feel like are kind of hard to nail down when you've got new coaching staffs. You were a part of a coaching change, going from Scott Hoffman to Dan McLaughlin. The seniors on this Wayne State team now on their third coach, as McLaughlin had retired. Then John McMenamin was here for 2 years, one season, with COVID taking out one of those years, and now Logan Masters as the head coach. What kind of challenge does that create for players? As we'll ask that question after this, as nearly picked off by Javon France. Great coverage down the field. He was draped all over Eric Grant.
That was great coverage. Yeah, he almost came out with that too. That was great. Yeah, you were going back. Oh.
We do have a flag here, or I thought we did, at least.
I don't know. There's a lot of yellow things here. Right? Like half the field's got yellow, all the pom-poms from the cheerleaders. Thing goes all the way around. But yeah, it presents its challenges, but it's to each young man individually, if that makes sense. Different workouts, different playbooks, but it makes you stronger. It really you know, it really melded us together. Everybody that stuck around with the new guys that came in, you know, there wasn't a lot of that.
Oh, my. Akron
slip.
Goes all the way across field, finds his big tight end, Gage Hagen. That was a well-designed play by Minnesota State. They could sense the aggressiveness of that Wayne State defense and just pulled them all the way to this Wayne State sideline, and then they went back the other way for the tight end.
Yep, your tight end slip, you know, roll away. Watch tight end starts at the bottom, comes all the way across. Almost exactly like Wayne ran right down on the last possession. That got us, you know, he was so wide open. This was a rollout instead of a, 5-step drop. Snuck him out there. If you get that much time, that guy's going to be open every time. It's always about getting the time.
Akron has shown some ability to throw across the field. He's got time going to the right side, this time to the end zone, and caught. Touchdown, Minnesota State. Grant Guyett, the Omaha native, goes up and hauls it in his home state, and that was something Minnesota State needed to keep themselves in this game. That was an impressive drive by the Mavericks and a chance to cut it to a 17-point game before halftime.
Quick score. They found some success throwing the ball there. But like I said, you give your quarterback that much time. It's tough for any DB to guard somebody that long.
Chance for the extra point now. It is up, and it is good. 17-point ball game. Just over 3 minutes to play first half, 27-10. Wildcats on top. Back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
When you want to wear your pride on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to NebraskaScreenPrinting.com for the latest screen printing and embroidery design. View hundreds of designs or upload your own for any school activity, sport, booster club, or business. We can do it all in whatever color your pride comes in. Get your group order in for your event or team at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com today for a fast and convenient turnaround. We're custom sports screen printing and embroidery at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com. Proud to be Nebraska.
We mentioned Wayne State has done a nice job recruiting the Omaha area, but it was an Omaha West Side grad, Grant Guyett, who came with the touchdown for Minnesota State, cutting Wayne State's lead to 17. We take a look at the student section here at Bob Cunningham Field and Memorial Stadium. Our sideline reporter, Nolan Hoffman, will gladly tell you how rowdy they can get, especially during some of his sideline reports.
Coach McLaughlin down here having a fairly heated discussion with his players. It looked like, when that tight end slipped across, somebody missed a responsibility, but they'll get back to it.
Well, the Wayne State offense trying to respond with an answer here. They have not trailed all game. Still up 17. We're going to toss it down to the sideline. Beg your pardon, we will keep it right up here, but let's take a look at the Wayne State sideline.
There's Prosser, that's the offensive coordinator right there, and Logan's right behind him with the papers. Well, this is a fun view.
Prosser he played tight end, offensive line, and fullback for the Wildcats. He certainly knows all facets of the offense, as Bowen.
Yeah, he came in as a fullback and tight end, and that's what he played when I was here, and he moved over and made the switch to left tackle with all conference.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, he's got such a detailed mindset, if that makes sense. His second day of fall camp as a true freshman, we had to, we made him stand up and do some things with us, as freshmen do, and he recited everybody's name on our team. It was the most impressive thing that I remember a freshman doing. He knew everybody's name 2 days into fall camp his first year. It was quite remarkable. He pointed them out. He stood everybody up, pointed everybody out. That just tells the type of detail.
Reporting for News Channel Nebraska.
He pays to everything he does.
He's got He's got a resume that's really quite impressive. Before he came over here, we mentioned that he was at Minnesota State as their offensive coordinator. He also coached in his hometown in Vermillion, South Dakota at the University of South Dakota. As Bowen this time goes under center, hands it off Kaiser, big hole left side. Closes pretty quickly, though, with a nice tackle by Jacob Dalton. We are going to go ahead and send it down to the sideline. We've got our third member of the crew, Nolan Hoffman. Let's send it down to him. Nolan.
Defense and Colin Prosser and Logan Masters against them, but they had a terrific game plan going in, and so far, guys, they are doing a terrific job on the offensive side of the ball. And also, Pat, let's give tons of credit to the defense that Wayne State's playing at the moment. Besides that touchdown they just gave up right there, they've been making life really tough for Minnesota State so far in this game. Let's see if they get another touchdown here before half. Let's send it back up to you, Pat.
Coming out of the timeout, it's a big 3rd and 1. Thank you, Nolan. As the Wildcats looking to stay on the field, not give the ball back to Minnesota State. That could really, we've talked about those changes in momentum, Jake. If Wayne State doesn't pick this up and suddenly Minnesota State gets another score before halftime, this is a different game as the handoff goes Kaiser right side, trying to cut his way through. I don't think he got there. Good defensive pressure by the Mavericks, and the Wildcats are going to have to punt.
There was a gap there, but it just like the last play. Just stop down right instantly.
Another timeout by Minnesota State. We're going to go ahead and take one with them. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Thrift Warehouse in Wayne. Shop their huge selection of gently used name brand clothes, purses, and home decor. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Key moment here for Wayne State. Ahead 27-10 with 2:43 left to play first half, but Alex Powders forced to punt. Fielded at the 22-yard line, out past the 25 to the 30, just short of the 35 goes Trey Vavel. And I believe we saw some late laundry there at the end. Maybe I'm just seeing things once again, Jake.
Yeah, I caught that too. It looked like a ball in the background was just rolling around, and it was weird. I thought there was a flag there.
We've been tricked a couple times today, Jake.
Some good coverage there. That was a good punt. Up into the sun. I was expecting a little more trouble with that catch, but that was a good-looking punt. Nice high spiral. That's a good coverage, but he looks a little shaken up.
Big drive for both teams. 2:34 left to play. First half, 27-10. Wayne State on top. Handoff on the delay. Out past the 40 to the 45, and first down yardage on a physical run by Tony Anger, who showed that very thing, running a fair bit of anger, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Mavericks.
Tough finish. I wanted to see how many yards after contact this guy's got.
Quick pass out to the right side. Williams caught and drug out of bounds by Bird, but Williams has been a bit of a Swiss Army knife for the Mavericks. He picks up solid yardage on first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Mavericks.
Oh, they must have kept him in bounds, stopped his momentum before he got out of bounds. That's huge. No timeouts left.
Clock running at 2 minutes.
Oh.
Pass going left side, going deep, and just a bit too strong for Eric Grant. There was a little bit of hand fighting between him and France, and I think France is a little bit lucky to maybe come away unscathed there.
Yep, it was an out and up, and you can see the jersey of number 7 come down a little bit, but he got away with one, right?
I think it was back and forth. I think he may have gotten the benefit of the doubt because Grant wasn't exactly blameless himself. 3rd down and 4 for the Mavericks. Eckern from the shotgun, looking left all the way, completes to Williams, and I believe they're going to keep him in bounds.
Yep. Move the sticks, get the sticks placed, and get the clock moving here.
39-yard line is where they'll spot it. Clock running inside a minute 45.
Big stop here for the D.
27-10, Wayne State on top. Eckern looks to the sideline. Clock still running. They're taking forever to get this snap off. Shotgun snap, looking right. There's pressure. Now steps up, looking to run. Dances toward the sideline, out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Good coverage in the secondary there.
That'll be a pickup of about 6, maybe 7. Yeah, we'll call it 7 for Eckern, bringing up 2nd and 3 for the Mavericks.
Stepped up into the pocket, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him. He made a good play there.
I wouldn't consider him on par with Bowen as a runner, but he's got a good feel for things when it's there.
Yep, and he can make some plays when he does. He makes plays.
Eckern from the shotgun looking right all the way, now back left. Again, there's pressure. Throws across his body. It's caught by Anger at the 25, past the 20, and down to the 17-yard line. And the sticks continue to move for Minnesota State as they try to steal one before halftime.
Nice play. I know they always say don't throw the ball across your body, but I think Patrick Mahomes kind of changed their thoughts on that. Oh, he was wide open. That was a great read by that quarterback. Tough to keep track, as a linebacker when quarterback's running like that, to just let him go for a yard or two.
Timeout on the field, this time by Wayne State. We'll take one with them. Back after this, you're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
What once was a 24-point lead for Wayne State, now down to a 17-point lead, and Minnesota State looking to cut it even more just before halftime. 27-10, Wayne State on top with 1:06 left to play first half. Eckern from the shotgun looking left all the way. He's got a man in the end zone, but well defended. Knocking it away was Josh Rashid.
Taking a shot, coming right out of the timeout. That was just great. Yeah, pretty good defense there. Got it away from him.
Rashid, a native of Renton, Washington, really just stayed with his man the whole way.
Little zone blitz from the defense there. So who we go with here?
2nd and 10, a minute 1 left to play second quarter. Eckern with an empty backfield.
Bring a little pressure.
Looks left and right. Now has Williams and nearly picked off. Bird got his hands on it. Stayed with Williams well the whole time. Just couldn't quite get his hands underneath it. And it falls harmlessly for the Mavericks. Brings up 3rd and 10 for Minnesota State.
To whip your head around like he did and make it. If he would have made that catch, it would have been excellent. Like, that's hard for a wide receiver who's expecting the ball to do. Here, watch when he whips his head, sees it, and whips it around that quick. That's a heck of a play to even get a shot at that.
It's hard.
Another one here.
It's hard enough to go find the ball when you know where it's supposed to be, like you just said. Yeah.
You see it coming.
Empty backfield once again for Eckern. Looking left, goes left, finds Grant, and he is blasted by France. Knocks the ball loose, brings up 4th down, and it's going to be a field goal situation for the Mavericks, who've already missed one and then made a bomb of a 54-yarder earlier. But let's take a look at that replay.
Great play. He caught that, and just got his hands in there right before he went out of bounds. That was a good play. Big time potential stop here. We'll see what happens.
Chuanik from 34 yards out. He's missed one already today. This one is up, and it is good. So he redeems himself now 1 for 2, makes it a 14-point game, 27-13 with 47 seconds left to play first half. We'll take another break. Be back with more after this. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Homecoming Day in Wayne, America. Bob Cunningham Field at Memorial Stadium. It is packed, and fans being treated to a good one so far. 27-13, Wayne State on top. They did just give up 3 points to Minnesota State, but as you said during the break, Jake Robinson, that was really a crucial stop, as you could feel all momentum going the way of Minnesota State.
You could. They were, last 2 possessions they had, they were seemed to be moving the ball, chunk plays, and to be able to stop them down there, 3 great defensive plays. And stop them to 3, hold them to 3, that's a victory. Small victories.
Jaeger's kickoff is fair caught by Jaden Johnson, and I would imagine we'll see Wayne State take a knee here to close things out, or at least go somewhat conservatively. I mean, they have the ability to hit the big plays. We know that, but last thing they need at this moment is anything that would put things at risk.
They're setting up in that kneel formation, so
they've got their safety, Bird, actually basically playing safety behind things as Bowen does take that initial knee.
Yeah, I remember we had our free safety did the same thing. Jeremy Neal back, and he would stand back there. He always, usually you do this at the end of the half or at the end of the game. Victory formation is what that's called. So he loved that, right? He would, as a starting free safety, he would run around, wait for victory formation, And he's back there just in case something bad should happen.
Yeah, well, hopefully for Wayne State, nothing bad happens at halftime. Right now, the Wildcats pretty happy with where they sit on top 27-13 as we head to the halftime break, and the Wildcat fans happy about it as well. Let's take a break and be back with the halftime show after this. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
If you're thinking about building in the country but still want to be close to a community with schools, medical, and a thriving downtown, consider purchasing on acreage at 220 Acreage north of Hartington. With interest rates low, you can buy now and there's no requirement on when you need to build. Check out the property on Facebook at 220 Acreage. Internet, water, country living, everything is ready for your dream come true home. Call 402-254-6895 today.
Fall harvest means long hours for you and your equipment. You both need a fuel that can handle the pressure. So use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel from Farmer's Pride for more power, better fuel economy, faster starts, and special additives to help reduce downtime. What's more, when you do business with Farmer's Pride, you'll notice a personal touch that goes beyond the expected. Farmer's Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
I'm Kayla, 32 years old. My pain was so bad, I was told I needed surgery.
Dr. Kim made me feel better before the surgery consultation.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I've been seeing Dr. Kim for quite a few years now. She's helped me with my sinus infection, and I used to have it at least 2 times a year, and now I don't have it at all. She really helps out a lot.
If you are experiencing any sort of pain, don't wait. Call today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Thrift Warehouse in Wayne. Shop their huge selection of gently used name brand clothes, purses, and home decor. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Welcome back to beautiful Wayne, America. Homecoming at Wayne State College. And the Wildcats giving their fans something to celebrate after a half of play on top of Minnesota State 27-13. Want to thank our sponsor as we bring you halftime this afternoon. Brought to you by Piedmontese Beef. Italian heritage breed, Nebraska raised perfection. We got a whole box of meat as part of our NCN Sports team, and we've got Jake Robinson and Sheldon Fox, new guys on the NCN Sports team up here today. We got to get you involved in that, because let me tell you, that stuff was good, lean, tender, delicious, and you know what? You can get it shipped right to your door as well. You don't have to be in Nebraska to have it shipped to you. So we want to thank Certified Piedmontese Beef for helping bring you Wayne State College football this afternoon. A little bit more about the actual football on the field. We mentioned the score. It's 27-13. Wayne State on top of Minnesota State, but Minnesota State, especially on the strength of those final couple drives, actually with more first downs than the Wildcats. 15 first downs for the Mavericks compared to 9 for Wayne State. Wayne State with a narrow edge in total yardage, 290 on 26 plays. Meanwhile, Minnesota State has ran 40 plays. They have 248 yards. Wayne State with the edge passing yardage-wise, 132-95. Meanwhile, I take that back. Rushing yardage, 132-95. Passing yards, it's the narrow edge for Wayne State, 158-153. As far as the individual leaders, Anthony Watkins nearly hitting the century mark just in the first half, thanks in large part to a 67-yard touchdown run. He has 95 rushing yards on just 6 carries. I don't know how quick you are at math, Jake Robinson, but that's 15.8 yards per carry. David Elder, not too far behind. He's got 2 carries for 28 yards for an average of 14 per carry. Meanwhile, Minnesota State, they keep trying to go to the ground. Their quarterback, Hayden Eckern, has 38 yards on 6 carries. Christian Vassar with 3 carries for 27 yards. Tony Anger has run tough. He has 6 carries for 26 yards. Meanwhile, passing the football, Bowen for the Wildcats, 6 of 9 for 158 yards, including a touchdown. He has a long of 47. Hayden Eckern, 11 of 20 for Minnesota State for 153 yards, 1 touchdown. He has a long of 35. Leading receivers for either squad, Lane Vanderwall is going to come into play for Wayne State. Just 1 catch for 47 yards. 4 different receivers have caught the ball for Wayne State. Nobody with more than 2 catches. Meanwhile, Niles Williams has been the lead target for Minnesota State. He's been targeted 6 times. He's caught it 3 times for 20 yards. 4 different Mavericks have caught the football as well. Each team with just one punt. Each team has averaged 44 yards on those punts. Alex Kowalczyk leading the way for the Wildcats defensively with 9 total tackles, including 6 solo tackles. Peyton Conrad, the very guy who would not let Anthony Watkins go earlier, he's got 6 total tackles for the Mavericks, including 5 solo tackles. Fumbles have been a little bit of an issue for Minnesota State. They've fumbled twice. They've only lost 1, but it did go for a score for Wayne State. So let's take a look at the recap of how we've gotten here. Wayne State got things started off first with a touchdown run by Anthony Watkins. Looked like he might be down, but he was not. He kept his feet, scampered 67 yards for the touchdown, and he went all the way to pay dirt for the Wildcats to put them on top 7-0. Then Minnesota State, they got themselves in scoring position on the pass play to DJ Barber. He got deep into Wayne State territory. After a missed field goal earlier in the game, Minnesota State connected from 54 yards out. They were down 10-0 at that point. They made it 10-3. Then Mason Lee caught this long touchdown pass from Nick Bowen, went up, high pointed the ball, brought it down, and Mason Lee, the Wayne native on homecoming day, put the Wildcats on top 17-3. Then there was the fumble, at least the first fumble from Minnesota State. Wildcats couldn't quite recover it as Larson wanted a touchdown. Minnesota State got some yardage out of it on the play, actually, as there was penalty against Wayne State.
I still didn't see it.
The next fumble, though, however, caused some damage for the Mavericks. It was picked up by Gerald Fly, and he went in 34 yards for the fumble return and the touchdown. That put Wayne State up at the time 24-7. Then a big catch by Lane Vanderwall, just sneaking out after looking like he was going to make a block, and Bowen found him. Got the Wildcats deep into Minnesota State territory. They were able to make it 27-3, but Minnesota State, they fire right back with a touchdown pass from Eckern to Guyot, the Omaha native. He catches it to make it 27-10. Minnesota State would add a late field goal in the second quarter to make it 27-13. So that's how we've gotten here. We've got more halftime show coming up. After this, we're going to take a break and bring you back more college football on News Channel Nebraska.
If you've ever tried to grow something, you know the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
To your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected. some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice. Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofibr.com/ACP to learn more.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Beautiful Wayne America on homecoming day. The Wayne State Band doing their thing here at halftime, and Wayne State's football team doing their thing as well on top 27-13 at the break. Pat Jansen alongside Jake Robinson. We've also got Nolan Hoffman down on the sidelines. Want to thank our director Connor Luby and also our stat man Sheldon Fox up here this afternoon. Let's take a look at some of the scores from around the conference, as there are a number of games going on at this point. Minnesota State has had their struggles, but they are right now on top of Minot State, 29-14. Meanwhile, Minnesota Duluth putting it on Mary, 35-7 in Duluth. Right now, those are the only scores available. Trying to work on finding a couple other scores, but actually, I take it back. Most of them don't start until right now, basically. So just 3 games underway, with Minnesota State leading Minot State, Minnesota Duluth leading Mary, and of course, right here in Wayne America, Wayne State on top of Minnesota State. We saw some big plays in a variety of different ways, Jake Robinson, in that first half. What's kind of the key for both these teams as we head into the second half, with Wayne State looking to hang on while Minnesota State trying to capture some of that momentum at the end of the first half and make a comeback win here for the Mavericks?
Oh, if the Cats can control the tempo, I think they have it. You know, they were that whole first quarter it just felt like Wayne had the ball. Wayne was they were making the tackles, they were making the plays for stops. If they can do that, they can control the tempo, then they'll be in good shape. And Mankato, I thought they'd be really big on the run, but they found some success in the air there, late in that second quarter. So I bet that's what Old Masters is going over the team right now, making sure they play their game just like they did the first half. Go out and play a Wayne State game.
And this, I think, really is a big game for Wayne State in a whole bunch of ways. Just like last year, started out pretty hot and kind of surprising, because in both of those years, they were picked to finish toward the back of the NSIC, but came out strong, then really got kind of a tough middle of the schedule, just like last year. So they go to Winona State last week, have kind of a tough fourth quarter. Now they're home against a perennial playoff contender in Minnesota State. And really, this is a moment where you kind of start to find out what Wayne State has. And coming out of that tough fourth quarter from last week, I'd say that was really a heck of a response in the first half.
Absolutely was. You know, if you look ahead, nobody looks ahead, but you look at Augie coming up, Southwest Minnesota State. You know, you got some tough games coming up. If they can control the second half like they controlled the first half there, it will lead them into those next games, you know, and the rest of the season. Confidence for everybody. Yeah,
this run of games here at Winona State, home against Winona State, or excuse me, against Minnesota State, goodness gracious, and then at Augustana next week. That's a run of 3 games. And a lot of people predicted Augustana to win this South Division. A game a little further down the line, the next to last game in the season, that may be really what a lot of people thought Augustana was going to be, because Sioux Falls put a hurt on Augustana at Augie last week, and Sioux Falls looks like they could be the real deal.
Oh, absolutely. But like you said, it's NSIC football. You don't know week to week. You know, you show up and you know, Wayne could be playing Bemidji State and they come out of nowhere. You know, everybody shows up to play and they're all capable. It's just, at this point, if we can get this momentum, keep this momentum, and get this confidence for these young men and these, you know, the new coaching staff, I don't think they lack any confidence, by the way. You know, if we can go ahead and make that, carry that on into the next few games, it's going to be a very successful year one as head coach for Logan Masters.
Well, they've got to finish this one first. They're up 27-13 at halftime. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with more, including the third quarter. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
(27-13), the halftime score. We mentioned just before the break, Jake Robinson, that it was a big defensive moment for Wayne State to try and keep Minnesota State out of the end zone. Pressure's back on them to start this second half as well, as the Wildcats will kick it away.
Yes, it is, but they, going into half, they have that confidence. I mean, they allowed Mankato to put up 13 points, right? And they stopped them down there in the red zone after a couple tough drives. So we'll see right now. We'll see if they made any adjustments at halftime. I'm sure they tweaked some things, that we won't be able to even tell you about, that we even noticed. But they'll be ready to play. I know McLaughlin's got them ready to go. You can just see it down there with the defenders that are going to take the field. They're just bouncing around a little bit, right?
Yeah, you can see you can see that swagger at times, and you can see it from Wayne State's special teams as well. Alex Powders, one of the best kickers in the NSIC, bar none. He had to pick up the ball after the wind knocked it down, but he's had a phenomenal couple of years in Wayne. His kick fielded at the 2-yard line, out past the 10 to the 20 to the 25, room to the 35 to the 40, and finally drugged down just past the 45. A heck of a return by Trey Vavel, and he's got some burst.
He's got some good starting field position for his Mavericks as well. Not the ideal starting situation for defense, but let's see if they're really ready to go like they look like they are.
Yeah, it looked like Powders wanted to kind of leave that a little bit short to kind of force that return, because he's had that ability to punch it through the end zone today, but that came back to bite Wayne State.
Yeah, that looks more like his first two kicks where they were just kind of placing them, in that short corner back there. That didn't really pay off that time. We'll see.
Handoff goes left side for Minnesota State, and a hole out past the 40 to the 30 to the 20, and drug out of bounds inside the 10. Strong run from Shen Butler Lawson. Looked like nothing really to start out, but he busted it, and that absolutely is not the start Wayne State wanted.
Absolutely not. They still got a chance here. Come on, guys. Step it up a little bit. Like you said earlier, Pat, bend, don't break.
Eckern from the shotgun hands it off to Butler Lawson once again. He's trying to weave his way through, and he's inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. He's started the game, but really we've seen a lot of other running backs besides him, and he's had a solid drive as Minnesota State now going tempo.
Running that same outside option 2 plays in a row. Let's see if they stick with it again.
Eckern from the shotgun again will go to him a third straight play, weaves toward the goal line, and they're going to call him down at about the 6-inch line, and it'll be third and very, very short to go on 3rd and goal for the Mavericks.
I couldn't quite see it, but there had to be a heck of a collision right there at the goal line for him to stop that.
Yeah, he looked like he was free and clear. And wow, big play for both teams. This might be a 4-down situation for Minnesota State as Eckern tries on the quarterback sneak. He drives through and he's in, and a touchdown just a little over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter. And Minnesota State has suddenly made what was once a 24-point game now about to be a 7-point game.
Just walked right up underneath center, quarterback sneak. You love to see that. I mean, not from Mankato, but you love to see when it's a short yard to see a quarterback go under center and just sneak it for a yard and a half.
17 unanswered for Minnesota State as we take a look at the replay. And the kick goes through. 27-20. Wayne State on top. The offense needs to answer. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Well, that was one heck of a way for Minnesota State to start off the third quarter, just marching down the field, capped by a quarterback sneak run by Eckern. And it's suddenly a 27-20 game, Jake Robinson, and I think the mood has tightened up a little bit here in Memorial Stadium.
It sure has. For me personally, too, right? We talked about controlling the tempo, controlling the momentum. This is a big offensive series coming up here.
Shen Butler-Lawson came into the day as the Mavericks' leading rusher as this kickoff just dies near the sideline. It wasn't a guarantee that thing was going to go out, but it does, and it'll be good field position for the Wildcats. But Shen Butler-Lawson got 3 carries on that drive, nearly all of his yardage on the day, as at halftime he had 8 yards. Now after that drive, he has 61. 53 yards on that drive alone for Shen Butler-Lawson. That's why he's the starting running back.
He had about 40 yards in that one play. That'll hurt coming out halftime. I'm sure they're having conversations down here.
Elder goes in motion. Bone will run an option with him. He keeps it, spun down. It took a while for him to hit the dirt as his backside remained on the body of a Maverick, but 9 yards picked up by Nick Bowen, and that's what the Wildcats needed on first down.
Had a little bit of deja vu there, going back to Wayne State's first touchdown where he spun him around. Not him,
Anthony Watkins with his 67-yard burst.
I was hoping we could do that again.
Didn't look out of the question there as Bowen goes under center this time, sends Lee in motion, hands off Watkins' right side, tries to cut back upfield. Not a lot there, but enough on the yards after contact to get past the first down sticks, and Wayne State will keep the drive moving.
Yeah, he stood back there, found his hole, and punched his head right in there. Got that first down. That was a good run.
Yeah, good patience, good vision by Watkins.
That O-line play was salty there. It looked good. You know what I mean? He pushed it back 2-3 yards. He just had to follow one of those boys. They're playing a good game up front.
Big offensive line for Wayne State that Colin Prosser also instructs as the offensive coordinator. He's also the line coach. As Bowen going deep this time for Johnson. Connects!
Yeah, that catch.
Oh, my goodness. Jaden Johnson, not a big man, but he goes up and gets it in traffic inside the 10-yard line. What a bomb of a connection.
Put it on a dime out there. What a toss. Watch this.
47 yards from Bowen to Johnson, and the Wildcats are back in the red zone looking to score from that territory once again.
Ooh, that was a great play. I had a little goosebumps, man. Looks good, looked good. High pointed it.
Bowen sends Lee in motion, hands it off to him. Nothing there. Lee loses the football, and suddenly, just like that, momentum may be going back to Minnesota State. Indeed, it does. Just the second time all year that Wayne State doesn't score from the red zone. And who was it coming up with it? No other than Peyton Conrad, who's had himself a day defensively. Mason Lee was bottled up and just loses the football. It was Conrad who also jarred it loose.
There was nothing, that whole play. You know, it was broken from, you get that end shot in there. And that was definitely a fumble, wasn't it? Looking back at that replay.
That play is under further review. Timeout.
11:34 left to play, third quarter. And all momentum in favor of Minnesota State as the Mavericks will go back to the ground. This time it goes to Vassar. bowls his way out past the 20 to the 22, and that'll bring up about a 2nd and 3 for the Mavericks. And again, tempo for Minnesota State.
Yes, they came out of halftime ready to go.
Vassar again with the carry, and he's out past the 25 to the 26 for first down yardage, Jake.
You know, just when we think we have the momentum coming back our way, you know, that turnovers will kill you. Turnovers will kill you.
Legendary Wayne State coach, one of your coaches, Jake Robinson, Dan McLaughlin down on the sideline, dad of defensive coordinator Scott McLaughlin. That's him in the hoodie to the left there. And he is the winningest coach in Wayne State history.
He did well. You talk about those culture changes at different programs. We definitely experienced one of those with McLaughlin. He came in and he was stern, but he taught you a lot. You know,
he won state championships at the high school level at Broken Bow, Millard West, and Norfolk High. Not in that order. It was slightly out of order, but he definitely knew how to win. You mentioned stern. I feel like that's probably a bit of an understatement, but that was a Wayne State program that had virtually no success prior to him. Dennis Wagner had some success in the 90s with Brett Salisbury as the quarterback, Byron Chamberlain as a tight end, Brad Otis, who went to the NFL. But other than that window, there was really nothing, and he got the Wildcats to the playoffs multiple times as Eckern leaves it short for his receiver. That could have nearly been picked off by France, but instead it drops incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that first winter under McLaughlin, it was all about discipline, if that makes sense. You know, he wanted to see if we were gonna answer the call, as he would put it, and those who stuck around, we did. You know, and he built it, like you said, a successful program. You know, with Logan Masters and Colin, he had both of those guys, and now they're both here coaching. You know, where he used to stand.
And his son, Sean McLaughlin, was his very first quarterback at Wayne State, transferred in from University of South Dakota. And Dan actually benched Sean for Travis Dietz. That's a tough move as a coach, as Eckern from the shotgun throws right side. He has his tight end open at midfield, and making the catch was Hagan, who's had himself a day so far. He limps getting up on that Wayne State sideline, but a big 3rd down conversion for the Mavericks as we take a look once again on the Madison County Bank instant replay.
Oh, yeah, he's down now.
Yeah, that
his hip, you know, or his thigh. He got hit pretty hard when we caught that.
Yeah, it's that awkward landing too.
Let's see. I can't tell, but he had Dan. You know, he turned the program around for sure, and it was a completely different culture. You know, it was fun. I can tell you. You know, those first few years at Wayne were fun as well. You know, we just under Dan, a lot changed. We were a completely different program, different offense, different defense.
Yeah.
And a lot of push-ups. I can tell you that.
Well, good news for your fellow tight end, Jake. Gabe Hagan gets up off the turf and sprints over to the sideline. You know, some of those types of hits and injuries, they're kind of awkward and can hurt. If you're carrying a little extra weight as a tight end, does that kind of make it worse?
Oh, a little extra weight, Pat. Really?
Hey, you
how it is. Yeah, no, man, you get hit by these guys, you get hit by anybody. Just in the right spot, doesn't matter what you do. You hit anybody. It's, you know, stingers. Stingers are a real thing, and they'll be there for a second. You don't think you'll ever walk again, then you get up. You know, it's just they come and go. But thanks for the extra weight.
I meant when you were a player. I didn't mean, oh!
Nice hit.
Javon France just blew that play up as it went out to Niles Williams. That followed a long run by Vassar, and Minnesota State had been rolling, but that big hit makes it another 3rd down. I feel like we've said that a lot today, Jake.
Yes, you know, you were reading off those halftime stats. They had 15 first downs, 15 to our 9. How many times do we say 3rd down? You know, 13 of those 15, it seemed like.
Yeah.
I mean, they've run a lot more plays.
That replay, we just saw France light up Williams once again. That's the 2nd big hit we've seen from France so far today. Eckern from the shotgun, 2 backs, Hands off, a little bit of confusion there, but able to bust through the line was Vassar, and he's out past the first down sticks. And Minnesota State on the move once again.
That quarterback didn't want to give it. He saw that number 5 coming in off the edge there, and he just didn't want to quite give it, but worked out in his favor.
Kowalczyk was the one bearing down. Man, you go back to that fumble by Wayne State inside the 10-yard line is where they were. And what a difference that's made, because it looked like they were ready to answer the bell. If Minnesota State drives down and ties this up, you got to feel that there will be some tight ranges of emotions here as Eckern looking to pass. He's pressured, nothing doing, and tried to get it out to Isaiah Emanuel, but there was nothing there for him as Eckern just had all sorts of pressure on him.
Yep, good coverage, good pressure. That's exactly what you want, And if he had made that throw, France was out there. It looked like he couldn't hit a play on it. He'd be throwing off that back foot again.
France, not exactly a big guy, 5'10", 170, but he can bear down on you from Tarpon Springs, Florida. And I realize I'm probably pronouncing the name of that town incorrectly as the handoff goes left side. Cutting back up the middle is Vassar, and he's near first down yardage. Just a good read out of the backfield by Vassar, and this drive continues to march along for the Mavericks.
Yeah, this is one of those game-defining drives right here. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the show.
He was short, though. It's 3rd and short. Handoff to Vassar once again. Again, the cutback, and he's past the 15-yard line, right at the 15. And Vassar keeps it alive. First down and 10 from the 15 of the Wildcats.
Minnesota's playing that physical football. About every play, you see somebody on the ground. On the D lineman. That's tough, but there's a lot of double teams when you run that zone, you're doubling somebody, leaving one guy completely open, so that one guy can make a play.
Clock running inside 7.5 minutes, third quarter, 27-20, Wayne State on top, but the Mavericks on the move. Fake the handoff, now looking to throw left side and intercepted by France. One-handed catch near the goal line, knocked out of bounds. What a play by Javon France, and the Mavericks are turned away.
We got Velcro on those gloves. My wife calls those cheater gloves, right? Every time I wear them, play catch, she thought it helped that much. But you watch this again. That was just a great catch.
Left it
all the way.
Left a little bit long for Eric Grant. France has been defending Grant most of the afternoon, and what a play.
Huge. This game, man, if we go this way, we go that way, turnover, the momentum and the nerves.
Absolutely necessary as the handoff goes to Kaiser, cut down at about the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him down before that, so they're going to pick up about 3, maybe 4.
Kind of brought the house off the left side there, too. He was,
he was close.
Away. Yeah, he was an ankle tackle away from getting 20, 30 yards.
Kaiser, a graduate of Cedar Catholic High School up there in Cedar County in Hardington. Still in the backfield, trying to cut left side, and that was just read perfectly by Minnesota State as making the tackle was Maven Krejci from Wisconsin.
He got through there. He just shot through his gap and, beat the running back there almost.
Taking a look at that interception once again as France, the play of the game really right now. But a big third down for Wayne State in the shadow of their own goalpost. Bowen from the shotgun with Kaiser in the backfield with him. Looks like potentially a blitz coming from Minnesota State.
Oh, yeah.
They'll hand off to Kaiser once again. Cuts up field 20, 25, 30. Drugged down just short of the 35. You watch him run. There are a lot of similarities, I feel like, to one of your old teammates, Zach Malachik.
Yeah, I was just going to... he looks like him when he runs. Like, the way he runs, the power that he has, the way he holds the ball high like that and protects the football. I mean, that was... You called it that. They were bringing 2 guys. They brought a guy off the left side, and they brought the middle linebacker. And in a situation like that, you hope you have the right run call, that you're running past those guys. And that's exactly what he did. Like, that's That was a big play, but yeah, to say he looked like Malachek, I was just thinking that.
Bowen going down the field, connects. Shane Orr takes the contact
with a huge catch.
Makes
huge contact and held on to the ball.
Makes the catch. As we take a look once again, 29 yards from Bowen to Orr, just blasted on the play.
And held on to it.
Vavel was the one who lowered the boom, but Orr able to come down with it. The graduate of Roncalli Catholic High School in Omaha, which is having a good season right now. Bowen throwing right side once again. Caught. Pulled down quickly is Trevor Marshall, the redshirt freshman from Gretna. Haven't seen much of him yet this afternoon. A little bit bigger body, but now Wayne State kind of on the move once again.
Yeah, that play action pass. You know, that just gets opened up with you have a nice successful run, and Wayne's had some serious success with that play action right down the middle today. See if they go back to it or...
Second down and 3. Fake handoff to Watkins. Bowen runs. He starts the dive, or the slide rather, at the 27-yard line. That's where they mark him down, but he did track that just in time. And
he saw the sticks from the sideline. It looked
yeah.
like, right? He was keeping that the whole way. He was getting that first down. Good play call.
First down and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line of Minnesota State. Wildcats on the move. Bowen from the shotgun, looking left, throws left, leaves it short for Johnson. Wouldn't have been a lot of yardage, but he was open for that catch. Just left it a bit short. But that's one of those cross-the-field kind of throws that we talked about with Minnesota State earlier. That's a lot more difficult than it looks.
That's a lot. You don't realize how far that is. You know, they're almost on the right hash, and he's throwing all the way across his body to... it looked like a hitch over here. You know, that one earlier was an out route, but you're throwing all the way, not across your body, like you're set for it, but you're throwing across the field. You know, so it might look like a 6-yard route, but for that quarterback, it's a lot further than that. And it's a timing thing. It's 100% a timing thing to complete those.
Bowen again from the shotgun. He's got time. Now flushed
Great
left.
protection.
25, cuts back 20, trying to reach for the sticks. He's going to be short. He's out of bounds where they mark it, about the 19. So that's going to bring up third and 2 for the Wildcats.
Got a little hesitation of his own there. You see it like we saw on that that second drive. That's big third down here, Pat. How many times you said that today?
Well, usually it's while the Wildcats have been on defense.
It's a good one.
Bowen will go with Kaiser in the backfield with him. He's got 2 men to the right. He's going to run this himself, trying to bide his time, and I think he's going to be just short trying to follow blockers. Really kind of has that Tim Tebow kind of up the middle type run look to it. They love to do that to the Wildcats, but Minnesota State kind of snuffs it out. It's going to bring up 4th and short.
A lot of congestion there. They brought that tight end over across almost like a trap play, but there's just a lot of guys, a lot of big bodies up there.
Offense staying on the field for the Wildcats. Now this is a big play.
This is a big play. You like to see it though, right? I mean, you want to get that momentum back. How about you go get a 4th and 1?
4th and 1. Fake the handoff to Kaiser. Bowen keeps it himself inside the 10, dragging tacklers with him inside the 5 to the 4, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
That was a great play. Is he limping? Oh no, it was just he was holding on that ball so tight. You see, they were trying to wrestle it away from him there at the end.
Bowen, when you stand next to him, it's kind of surprising. He doesn't come off looking real big, but he is a big physical runner. He's just stout. He's a little bit compact, not particularly tall. Really like another running back. As he takes the shotgun snap, hands to Kaiser, left side, bowls through, touchdown Wildcats, and Kaiser is jacked.
He had some words looking back at him. He knew what he did. That was a man run right there. Right? That was... Here you go, you see it right here.
What a run by the former Trojan, doing it with aggression, and the Wildcats re-extend their lead to 2 possessions on top, 33-20 with 2:16 left to play, third quarter. Powder's on for the extra point.
You see him turn around hugging his own lineman. That's what you love to see as a running back. You know, when I played tight end, I loved it because I could be part of the lineman group, and there was nothing those guys like more than running the football, and they just did that really well. And a couple big third, fourth downs, touchdown.
Powders boots it through. It's 34-20. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
Third quarter brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Play, visit, meet, and compete at www.lincoln.org. Wayne State competing. They're on top 34-20 with 2:16 left to play third quarter. Following the touchdown by Jacob Kaiser, Powders boots it away. Kind of muffed
He touched it
in the end zone.
Yeah, he's lucky that rolled out of bounds. When you touch it like that, you go for it. I mean, that could have been. Did you see the umpire or the referee didn't even he didn't look like he was going to stop play at all. You know, that's the first thing they do. It's player safety. But he if that one had rolled out.
Yeah, Vavel has had a nice game returning kicks, but that could have potentially been disastrous. He knew, I guess, that it was going to roll out of the end zone.
Let's give him benefit of the doubt. He did, right? Way better angle. Here we go.
Big series for the Wayne State defense, which has had a little pressure applied to it in these past couple quarters.
Oh, they got this.
Eckern, hands off left side, and room once again. Along the sideline goes Butler Lawson, who's had himself a quarter, picks up another first down for the Mavericks. It'll be 1st and 10 of the 35.
He is a tough runner. You know that. You can see it. You know, Francis made plays all day out there one-on-one. That's just a big guy, a big, strong running back.
6 foot 205. He gets the carry once again, trying to weave his way through that line of scrimmage. He's to the 39-yard line. That's going to be another pickup of 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Mavericks.
Big time right here in the midfield. This is where we need to buckle down. You know, if Wayne State can get a stop here, then we get the ball in great field position, and I guarantee Masters and Prosser will dial some things up to get quite a few minutes off the clock. But we've got to get a stop here. Got to get a stop.
2nd and 6. Eckern from the shotgun sends a tight end in motion. Hands off left side, a pitch back as it's a reverse to Williams, but pretty well snuffed out by Wayne State. Tracking the play all along was one of the big linemen. Luke. Go ahead.
We had him tackled in the back. I didn't see the reverse coming until he got the ball because we ran that same play over again and he got lit up, but he pitched it just at the right time and we stayed home.
Luke Sims, the Iowa Western Community College transfer, originally from Omaha, big defensive lineman, was tracking that down. That's good hustle from a defensive tackle.
And with the lead blocker out on, trying to get his hands on him. That was well played. Hey, Pat, it's a big third down.
You don't say, Jake. As Eckern hands off out of the shotgun once again, and Butler Lawson, yards after contact, grinds his way to the 44-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down sticks. It's going to be a real interesting decision. They are going for it, although they might let it wind down to the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
8 seconds left.
Oh, no,
Instead, they hand off Butler Lawson. He's going to try and bowl his way through.
I think he got it there. He had a nice second effort.
Yeah, he definitely did not get it on first effort, but able to push and churn past those first down sticks, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We've got a big fourth quarter coming up. 20 points for Minnesota State, but they trail Wayne State 34-20. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. This world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
We head to the fourth quarter. Wayne State on top, 34-20. Minnesota State on the move once again, however. As Eckern fakes the handoff, looking to pass. He's got all day.
Look at all the Wildcats back. Look at that. We had two receivers, and we were in our zones. I mean, there was nowhere for him to go downfield.
Eric Grant fell while trying to get to it, but Javon France was in the area, and he's already laid a couple big hits today. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Thrift Warehouse in Wayne. Shop their huge selection of gently used name brand clothes, purses, and home decor. 14:53 left to play in the game. 34-20, Wayne State on top. Eckern hands off right side, and again, yards after contact, continuing to push through is Shen Butler Lawson, and he came awfully close to a first down, and all of that was after contact.
Should have been about 3rd and 6. You know, now it's like 3rd and 6 inches. That was all him and his O-line pushing him.
And he'll get the carry once again, and a lot more room for him. A big collision with him and Jacob Bird. And Jacob Bird, who can come up and lay a big hit, he kind of almost went to the side because
he made the business decision, and guess what? He got him down. You know what I mean? That's a whole lot of power coming at you. Oh, that quarterback's getting into it. Yeah. Do you see, laying a block on the backside end?
Yeah, trying to throw that block for Butler Lawson, who again picks up another solid 5 on first down. It's 2nd and 5 for Minnesota State. And you kind of start to feel big third down throw left side and incomplete. And there's going to be a late flag against the Wildcats. They're going to ding Jacob Bird with pass interference. We apologize for the technical difficulties, having lost audio just a second ago. The Wayne State crowd got loud on third down. They're not being any quieter with their displeasure over the call, as that one does go against Bird. The Wildcat safety. Now back in the red zone are the Mavericks. 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 13. Now we got a whistle. No flag, though, so curious what the stoppage of play is here. 14-point game. Wayne State on top 34-20 with 13:25 left to go. Wayne State has been bend but don't break a couple times today, looking to avoid snapping once again. Wildcat crowd has been kind of quiet at points today, but picking back up as Eckern looking to throw left side, and what a catch by Williams going over the top of Marzion Crosby. Williams has been a do-everything player for the Mavericks today, and what he's just done has put Minnesota State back within a single possession. 34-26 with 13:20 left to play. Extra point upcoming. Snap back, hold down, kick blocked. Special teams comes up with the play to keep it an 8-point ball game. 34-26, Wildcats on top. We'll take a break and be back with more. You're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice. Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Back on.
34-26, Wayne State on top of Minnesota State after the touchdown pass from Eckern to Williams. The extra point blocked, keeps it an 8-point game. Wayne State looking to answer.
There's that wind swirling again. Knocking it right off.
Turnovers have been key at points, really, for each team, as Wayne State's had the scoop and score, but also, as they were about to score themselves, had the fumble that was recovered by Minnesota State.
Nice interception. Kept that ball in our favor, and we went down and scored. There you go.
Kickoff fielded in the end zone by Johnson. Takes a knee, and the Wildcats will start at the 25. I feel like we've been repetitive, Jake, but it's true. Every drive right now feeling absolutely huge.
This is a great game, right? Like, this is a fantastic football game right now. Back and forth. You know it's close enough and go either way at any moment. Go anywhere. And it's just been, I can tell you, from my first experience up here with you, Pat, the nerves are kicking in. Let's go.
Elder goes from left to right for the Wildcats. Empty backfield for Bowen. Man goes in motion, handoff, as that's Johnson charging out toward first down sticks. He'll be just a touch short.
Nice little jet sweep there.
Stick around for our top plays after the game, brought to you by Currency. Got all sorts of fun stuff for you tonight, as there have been plenty of big plays. 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Handoff, Watkins cuts back, jumps over defenders to the 44, and that'll be a first down for the Wildcats. A big first down for Wayne State, too.
Absolutely. You can tell Prosser wanted to get that first down on the ground there, run some of this clock, control the game here.
Really kind of restabilize things just a little bit as well.
That's going to open up play action here, and if I had to guess. Although this is every run play, it's a minute, 40 seconds off the clock, potentially 40 seconds off the clock. So we can chew it up here, control the game.
Clock running, 12:15. Bowen from the shotgun, empty backfield. Pressured, steps up, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Hit from behind and drugged down just short of the Minnesota State 30. That, Jake Robinson, is what Nick Bowen can do.
He held on that football tight, man. He made some good moves, and he was holding on. He understands the moment. He's got that instinct. Let's see what happens here. It almost looked like it was, no, it wasn't. I was going to say it almost looked like it was designed, but everybody was pass blocking and the receivers were out in routes. He saw that green grass in front of him and he made a play with his feet.
Hands off, Watkins cuts back, reverses field, tries to cut once again inside the 30 to about the 27. Not a lot there, but picked up about 5.
Yeah, talk about making plays with their feet, right? Like you said, not much there. He made 4.5, 5 yards. Just with it getting outside and making a few guys miss.
Neither of those guys started their college careers at Wayne State. Watkins went the junior college route at Dodge City Community College. Bowen started out his career at Central Missouri with former Wayne State coach John McMenamin, who was the offensive coordinator there. Shotgun snap now to Bowen. He's looking downfield. Now pressured, feels it, and escapes the pocket and just chucks it away. Probably the wise play there on 2nd and 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Some pretty good pressure. We had, I don't know, I didn't know if it was a linebacker or what came in, but they picked it up pretty well. Forced him out of the pocket, but he made the right play there. And
looked pretty unbothered throughout most of it, too.
I haven't seen him look bothered yet today. All right, he's cool as a cucumber back there.
Former Bennington Badger, former Central Missouri Mule, and now current Wayne State Wildcat Nick Bowen. He'll go from the shotgun with Watkins in the backfield with him. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looked like a potential blitz, but pulled back as Bowen goes to Johnson. Johnson had it in his hands, couldn't hang on at the 25. And an interesting decision upcoming for Logan Masters and the Wildcats here at this portion of the field.
Well, they're discussing it. They're looking. Offense is staying on the field.
It would be, from this point, about a 44-yarder, which Powders has in his range, but as you have mentioned, Jake, it's not an easy win to navigate today.
No, and it looks like it's almost straight out of the south, right into his face here.
So the Wildcats with another big 4th down, second that they've had today. Bowen has a man. It's Elder at the 23 to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Wildcats! That is a guy with an extra gear, and that has given Wayne State an extra cushion. Wildcats on top, 40-26, with 10:42 left to play, 4th quarter.
I want to see that again. Look at that. He just turns that corner, and there's nobody. What a play. That's third one we've seen made on that end of the field. He likes that end zone. I think he likes playing in front of his crowd down there, the student section.
The Las Vegas native cashes in. David Elder with the touchdown. Powders now on to kick the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and good. And the Wildcats extend their lead back to 15. 10:42 left to play, 4th quarter. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
The Wayne State Band and the Wayne State fans enjoying homecoming today, and right now they've got reason to be enjoying it. Wildcats on top 41-26, but Jake, this is no sure thing right now with the way that the Minnesota State offense has found a rhythm in the second half.
No, there's never a sure thing in football until that clock reads 0. Then you know exactly what's going to happen, right? It's, we've been up and down in this booth more times than not. It's sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, jump around. We were talking about that during break, trying to keep our composure with the excitement level here. It is. You might, I wish you.
Little squibber by Powders, and Minnesota State just going to jump right on it as Carson Dunn, the linebacker from Des Moines, was able to secure possession for the Mavericks, and that was
an odd kick. It wasn't right? I mean, we don't want to talk about onside kicks in Husker football. I don't think that's what I think it was meant to be a squib. It just meant to go another 10, 15 yards.
That might have been a case of the wind dictating that.
It was the wind and the great return you had coming out of halftime. But yeah, the wind it definitely has picked up and kind of regulate out of the south now. You might see some long balls here from.
Again, the handoff out of the shotgun. Again, it goes to Vassar, who picks his spot, and he's out past the 35 to the 36. It's going to be 4-yard, well, we'll call it 3-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Mavericks.
Way to get him on the ground there. Keep him on the ground. Keep that clock churning.
Vassar, again back in the backfield. Now looking to pass for the Mavericks, rolling left side. Now he's just going to run it. Is Eckern,
nice play.
Good diagnosis by the Wildcats, as that was Scott and also Larson on the play.
Dexter Larson, number 44. You know who number 44 was back in 04?
Yes, I do.
Your first game, Colin?
Yeah, you caught a touchdown the very first time I called a game, Jake, while wearing 44 as a tight end. How do you end up with that?
I don't know, right? That was before McLaughlin. I would have had to be 86, 87. But I got lucky.
3rd down, fake the handoff, looking to pass now.
Get in there.
Forced to roll right side and off the hands of his receiver, Williams, who's had a heck of a game today. Just let that get into his pads, and he dropped it.
That was about the first drop I've seen, and that was a big one. That was a 3rd down drop.
Niles.
Hey, 4th down, they're going to stay out here.
Wow.
At this point,
yeah.
9 minutes, this could be ball game, right? I shouldn't ever say that. This could have a very profound impact on the ball game.
Niles Williams, who just dropped that pass, he's the guy who made a heck of a catch in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown for the Mavericks just a few minutes ago.
Crowd, listen to the crowd. I wish it's loud here.
Eckern from the shotgun. Pressure, gets it off, making the catch is Grant. Wow. He was just in front of Fly. Fly wrestles him down, but not before Grant picks up the 1st down for the Mavericks.
Just a confident-looking play all the way around.
Yeah.
Everybody's got you practice 2-point conversions, you practice special play, and that, I don't know, it looked like something they've run 1,000 times this week. That's how, just pitch and catch.
Eckern with the Mavericks on the move. Takes the shotgun snap. Throws right side. Leaves it high as there was pressure coming. And applying that pressure once again was Luke Sims, who tracked down a running back earlier. He's got a motor to him.
He does. He never gives up. He's always seems to have his nose right in there too. They were looking to go that tight end, and he was open for a second, but the zone closed down real quick. That 44. making a play again. You know, he dropped right in there and he just had to throw it away. Good play by the quarterback to keep the ball, not take a sack.
Two backs in the backfield with Eckern. Hands off Vassar, trying to weave his way through the line. Nothing there.
Man,
Wildcat defense buries him, and there's your guy, Larson, once again, along with Kowalczyk.
That was there was a lot going on in the backfield there. Did you see that? You had tight end going one way, you had the running back going the other, quarterback. There was a lot of work to get a yard there. Nothing to get, no gain.
Sims comes out of the game for Wayne State. Drake Peed will come in his place as the defensive tackle on 3rd and long. Eckern with the high shotgun snap, looking, pressed out of the pocket. He's got room. He's got all sorts of room. There may have been a reason.
Oh, nice.
And a big hit from France once again, who is not afraid to stick his nose in there. He really put a hit on Eckern, but the reason there was all sorts of room, holding.
That quarterback did not. You don't like to see it from quarterbacks, but he tried to lower his head down there. You know, he wanted to get those yards. That kid's, he's sticking his head in on blocks, and he's playing. He's a competitor, man. And Eckern from Chicago, Mean Streets, Chicago. He's playing pretty mean. He's a good quarterback too. So that holding's a big call. 3rd and 20.
Yeah. Not sure who that was on, missed that, but Colby Hardig had his hands stretched to the sky. If it wasn't on him, he was defending his own teammates. 3rd and a mile for the Mavericks.
Get that Alex pressure. Nope, sitting back.
Eckern takes a little bit of contact as he gets rid of it, gets it to Williams. Williams got his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Bird helped jar it loose, and that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Mavericks.
That ball seemed to sit in the air forever, didn't it, from up here?
Sure did.
Good going, and now they're bringing the punt unit back on.
Big difference between 4th down and 4th down and 20.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Kind of got to play it smart at this point because your odds are not good at this deep in the field.
That holding call is big.
Absolutely. Haven't been a ton of penalties, but there have been ones at key moments.
Haven't been a ton of punts either.
Yeah.
This number 2, look at that punt.
Spiral punt fielded by Bird inside his own 20 at the 18. That's where the Wildcats will set up shop, looking to put a nail in the coffin of this game on top 41-26 with 7:41 left to play.
I expect to see a heavy dose of running the ball, but you don't know what to expect with Masters and Prosser. They could come out right at the gate, because I guarantee Mankato's they're gonna need to stop the run here, so they might overcommit, and we'll see what happens.
It'll be Kaiser who's in the backfield, and Bowen's going to go under center. So I would say your inclination of running the ball, probably correct. Schmaderer goes in motion, handoff Kaiser, weaves his way through 20 to the 23. And it's going to be about 5 yards pickup for Kaiser on 1st down. Solid pickup. And that's what Wayne State needs.
We've got a clock stoppage here. We get a timeout?
Indeed, there has been a timeout called. That'll likely be a Minnesota State timeout. We'll take one with them. Back after this, you're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
I was working at a manufacturing home plant here in town. I was working with a radial arm saw where you hit a button on the floor and it activates the saw to come out. I reached down, didn't realize somebody had moved the pedal over in front of the saw. When I reached down for him, my foot hit the pedal and my hand was gone. So they life-flighted me to Norfolk, and 13 hours later, I got my hand back on. Faith Regional, Dr. Harsel, a deep place in my heart. Very awesome place. They're always right there. Saved my hand, saved my life. I chose to stay at Faith Regional for my therapy because they knew what they were doing. They worked with me from day one. Therapy team is just tremendous at what they do. If you have any kind of hand problems, surgery, whatever, go see the team at Faith Regional. When I needed major hand surgery, I had Faith.
Big second down for the Wildcats. Fake the handoff to the motion man. Bowen keeps it himself, bulls his way through to nearly the 30-yard line, and there's a little contact after the play. No flag, but it's going to be a first down for the Wildcats.
Just finishing the block. That's what you like to see tight ends do out there, right? That linebacker was holding on to him. Oh, Gage Dangle. Bellevue just finishing the block. Driving through him. That was a good-looking play there.
Sophomore from Bellevue East. Big first down, each one of them even more monumental than the previous one as it gets Wayne State closer to icing this ball game. Clock running at 7 minutes. Schmaderer goes in motion, handoff to Kaiser, nothing doing. That's going to bring up second and long. Don't forget to stick around for the player of the game, brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Another timeout on the field. Let's take another one with them. Back after this, you're watching college football on News Channel Nebraska.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison, Plainview, Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
Chance for Wayne State to try and salt this one away. Wildcats on top. 41-26, 6:55 left to play, fourth quarter here on homecoming in Wayne, America. Bowen just going to keep this himself, running up the field 35-40, nearly to the 45-yard line, picks up about 14 on the play, gets out to the 43, and that's going to be another first down for the black and gold.
He held on to that one, didn't he? He got through there. I mean, he saw a hole, and he hits it, man. Competitor, tough competitor. I feel safe with their ball security. They must practice that a lot. and practice like the movie program, walk around with that football all day long.
Bowen now with 88 yards on 11 carries.
Big. Every one of those has been big. You know what I mean? It's third down, fourth down.
That's along with 266 yards passing as Watkins busts through the line. Takes a little bit of weird contact and maybe a punch at the end.
Yeah. Don't get into, that's.
Nick Bowen pulls him away, I think wisely. I'm surprised that there was no flag thrown on that play. I believe it was Max Lommel who threw the punch.
There was definitely hands to the face in a punching style of motion. Maybe he missed.
Let's take a look at the Madison County Bank instant replay. And yeah, there was a little bit of extracurricular there, and that was Lommel, who was kind of trying to drive him after the play and then threw a little bit of a punch. As now the fake handoff to Watkins, and Bowen will slide inside the Minnesota State 45. Gets up a little bit gimpy, but shakes it off, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Oh, Watkins is shifty, isn't he? After watching that replay again, man, he is shifty. He's got feet.
Tough, too. Real tough. Considering the fact that he's 5'10", 180, he finishes off some runs.
I haven't seen him hit the ground more than once today. He's quick. Just a good all-around offense. Fun to watch. Defense, too, for that matter. The offense is out here, but great plays by receivers, great plays by running backs, O-line, tight ends. It is fun.
It'll be Watkins picking up another 4, bringing up 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats and you can just feel this one tick, 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 ticking away from Minnesota State.
Yeah, I think old Hoffner is probably feeling that too. He's got one timeout left in his pocket, and he's holding on to it. Not a whole lot you can do. If you stop him here, maybe on third down you use it, and for sure on third down you'd use it and try to stop him. Not a whole lot of time left. Double tight ends.
Heavy to the right side for Wayne State. That's the side they run with Watkins, but well diagnosed by Minnesota State. Watkins just kind of wisely goes down because if he gets held up, that's a fumble risk.
Yeah, not just a fumble, but he's going to get laid out. there was a squad of guys coming. He smart move, business decision. And there's that timeout.
There is a timeout on the field. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as Wayne State trying to ice this game. 41-26 Wildcats on top here on homecoming with 3:58 left to play. There are some phenomenal candidates for the player of the game. Let's take a look at that previous play. As you mentioned, business decision.
Yeah, look at that. 5 guys standing there running at him. We're looking at the end of the play there. He's got eyes in the back of his head.
That's not a question of toughness. That's a question of intelligence, and Anthony Watkins passed the test right there.
Yeah. Like you just catch a glimpse of another colored jersey running at you, the white jersey's coming at you, and you just, gotta go. You just feel it real quick. It's happening that quick, every play. This is, hey Pat, might be the big third down coming up. If we get this, it's that would be all she wrote, I believe.
Bowen on 3rd and 9. He's going to run it himself following the big line right side. Won't get the first down. Does pick up solid yardage to about the 40-yard line.
Get it down to about 3 minutes left when they take over.
And with Powders, a solid punter, there's a good chance of being able to drop Minnesota State deep in their own territory. I'm assuming that's what Wayne State would do. We haven't seen the special teams unit go back out on the field yet.
Yeah, we're going to wait right until 1 minute left, so we got 17 seconds. You'll see a timeout. We'll decide what to do here. 4th and 5.5. I mean, there's at the 40, you punt it, but let's take as much off as we can.
Well, with the timeout coming, let's go ahead and take one as well. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching College Football on News Channel Nebraska.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Thrift Warehouse in Wayne. Shop their huge selection of gently used name brand clothes, purses, and home decor. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
We've got a couple big-time candidates for player of the game for Wayne State, that's for sure, as Anthony Watkins over 100 yards today. Meanwhile, Nick Bowen, he's approaching 100 yards rushing himself. He's got 93 yards to go along with another 266 passing. Quarterback rating of a nice tidy 243.4 as Powders a high punt, fielded inside the 5. Wow.
Thanks.
Trey Vavel has had a couple questionable decisions returning. He's had some phenomenal returns, but that one, I mean...
You got to take your chance there, right? Like, I mean, if you're going to catch that, why catch it that close into the corner? It might roll out of bounds, between the 3 and the goal line. But if you're going to don't ever fair catch. If you're catching it, you're returning it there, right? I mean, you give your shot, but all you're guaranteeing yourself there is the third worst possibility, the 3-yard line.
Well, the Wayne State defense is going to pin its ears back now. 3:05 left to play, fourth quarter.
This is the test here. 97 yards, 3 minutes.
Still trying to run the ball. That's just what Minnesota State wants to do. They pick up a couple, but, man, they are leaving themselves some work under 3 minutes left to play.
See if they just wanted some room here. Maybe they just want a little bit of room for their quarterback. A little more comfortable back there. Nice coverage. Nice coverage. It was with him. If he caught it, he's right there with him. That wasn't a big play. They're keeping everything in front of him.
Yeah, Bird has been phenomenal today from that safety position.
Let's see if they bring anything more than 4 here. If Wayne State does, or they might. No. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be the 4 guys up front putting some pressure on.
2:43, the handoff, it goes up the middle once again. It actually works as Anger drives his way to a first down. An interesting choice on third down and a decent length to go, trailing by 2 scores with 2:36 left to play.
Yeah, you're not quite in your prevent defense, but you're playing safe right now, and I think, I'm that's just there. See if we get another first down, make something happen right here.
Again, looking to pass. Again, stepping up in the face of the pressure. He'll pick up yardage, Will Eckern, but clock just continues to go.
These guys have been going at it all day. Look at the D-line after incomplete pass.
Pass out toward the sideline for Eric Grant, and Grant got his hands on it, but couldn't haul it in. It was going to be a old catch,
which we've seen him make a couple times today along the sideline. He likes that. Practices that at home. Everybody always practices that catch. Tiptoe.
2:04 left to play, fourth quarter. I think 1 second may have come off while the clock was technically stopped.
I think he kept. See, is that a first down? Yeah, first down. Looked like his knee went down in bounds, though. We'll see if they wind it here. I don't believe so. I think they called him out.
Guyett, who has a touchdown catch for the Mavericks today, was the one who made that catch to get the first down for Minnesota State.
No.
Pass over the middle, and a lot of congestion. Real fortunate that Minnesota State escapes without turning the ball over with 1:57 left to play, fourth quarter.
Cooper put his hands up on his head like, just one step, right? If I would have taken that one more step earlier, I would have been there and just sealed the game. You saw him do it.
Second down, 10 to go. Minnesota State from their own 35. Eckern looking left. Now forced out of the pocket. Looking to run. He will. He's out to the 40. Steps out of bounds at the 43. He'll be short of the first down sticks, but does stop the clock at 1:49 left to play, with Wayne State leading 41-26.
Man, he had room to run there too. If he's not trying to preserve clock, guarantee he doesn't try. He doesn't aim for that sideline. If he would have just looked up, cut back inside, he'd probably, he might have been tackled down here with that clock's running.
Eckern looking left. Pops it over the middle, and it's caught in traffic by Grant. Absorbs the contact and picks up the first down.
He's going to want that one back. Boy, Alex. I struggle with his last name. Kowalczyk. Yeah, he's going to want that one back. He's going to see that one in film tomorrow. Hopefully after a victory, so we can take it in stride. But that he was right there, man. He was right there to intercept. Put a good hit on. But they're moving the ball now out of bounds.
Another completion. It goes to Isaiah Emanuel on the sideline. He did step out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 for the Mavericks.
Figuring it out here. What do we want? Dialing it up. Man, they've got a lot of formations, motions, trips, timeout.
Another timeout on the field. Let's take one with them. 1:27 left to play, fourth quarter. Wayne State trying to hang on, leading 41-26. Back with more after this on News Channel Nebraska.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
(41-26), Wayne State on top of Minnesota State on homecoming. And Jake Robinson, you noticed your former teammate Colin Prosser, the offensive coordinator for Wayne State, actually was the one who called for the timeout while Wayne State was on defense.
I saw him come charging in from, he was about the 25-yard line, and him and Logan made eye contact, and right away Logan called timeout. So I don't know if they saw something, Colin recognized something from previous formation knowledge.
Of course, if you missed it, he was previously the offensive coordinator at Minnesota State. As Eckern going deep and caught by Niles Williams. You called it a Hail Mary, but that is exactly what Minnesota State needed. They are alive and well.
That's exactly what they ran, 3 verts. I don't know what. Right out of the strips formation, I would have almost imagined that's what we recognized, but we weren't in the right position to make a play there. There was 3 guys that could have caught that.
My goodness! Wayne State has blocked a kick already today. If that happens, the game's basically over.
If it doesn't, though, we get an onside kick.
Kick is up, and it is good. Folks, we've got ourselves a ball game, 41-33. Stick around for the final minute and a half. We'll be back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
When you want to wear your pride on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to NebraskaScreenPrinting.com for the latest screen printing and embroidery design. View hundreds of designs or upload your own for any school activity, sport, booster club, or business. We can do it all in whatever color your pride comes in. Get your group order in for your event or team at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com today for a fast and convenient turnaround. We're custom sports screen printing and embroidery at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
Well, Wayne State has been in command of this game throughout the day, but it is suddenly in doubt. The Wildcats have led by as many as 24. They've led by 2 possessions for almost the entirety of the game, but right now ahead by just 8 after the long touchdown pass from Eckern to Niles Williams. 41-33, and now the hands team on as the onside kick coming from Minnesota State.
Oh, the most unpredictable play in college football. Exciting. All we gotta do is, let's see what.
Yeager tees it up, bounces it toward the Wildcats, and Wayne State able to comfortably secure that with Jacob Bird falling on it, and that was as low a drama as you could hope for if you're a Wayne State fan.
Absolutely, right? No drama. Other than the kick, you're like, all right, right to him. Now victory formation. See if Bird's back there again as the safety valve. I would imagine, same guys.
1:20 left to go. The Wildcats just have to sit on it, and they will have yet another victory.
Good football. Man, we're up here in this booth. I haven't stopped sweating since we started. Right? It's been back and forth. Exciting.
Yeah. Bowen does take the initial knee. And Wayne State ever so much closer to a 5th win on the season. And this was exactly the type of performance the Wildcats needed coming out of that tough fourth quarter against Winona State. They got punched in the mouth last week, and wow, what a response by Logan Masters' team.
Oh, they got punched in the mouth a few times today, and look how they responded, right? I guarantee that adversity, that discussion was had. Coach Masters was with his guys all week, coaching that adversity. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle it?
Another knee taken by the Wildcats, and that'll wrap it up. A homecoming victory for Wayne State, 41-33. Stick around, folks. We've got the post-game show, including the player of the game and an interview with Wayne State coach Logan Masters. Once again, final score 41-33, Wayne State. We'll be back with the post-game show after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
If you're thinking about building in the country but still want to be close to a community with schools, medical, and a thriving downtown, consider purchasing on acreage at 220 Acreage north of Hardington. With interest rates low, you can buy now and there's no requirement on when you need to build. Check out the property on Facebook at 220 Acreage. Internet, water, country living, everything is ready for your dream come true home. Call 402-254-6895 today.
Fall harvest means long hours for you and your equipment. You both need a fuel that can handle the pressure. So use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel from Farmer's Pride for more power, better fuel economy, faster starts, and special additives to help reduce downtime. What's more, when you do business with Farmer's Pride, you'll notice a personal touch that goes beyond the expected. Farmer's Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
I'm Kayla, 32 years old. My pain was so bad, I was told I needed surgery. Dr. Kim made me feel better before the surgery consultation.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I've been seeing Dr. Kim for quite a few years now. She's helped me with my sinus infection, and I used to have it at least 2 times a year, and now I don't have it at all. She really helps out a lot.
If you are experiencing any sort of pain, don't wait. Call today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Thrift Warehouse in Wayne. Shop their huge selection of gently used name-brand clothes, purses, and home decor. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
If you've ever tried to grow something,
41-33, the final, as Wayne State gets a homecoming victory over Minnesota State, and the Wildcats improve to 5-1 on the season. Down on the field, we've got Nolan Hoffman with winning head coach Logan Masters. Down to the field we go. Nolan?
To the post-game show here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm joined by Logan Masters, the winning head coach. He defeated Minnesota State. Coach, what was going on the offensive side of the ball? You guys seem to just kind of do anything you guys wanted today.
Yeah, we executed really well and we played really hard. We had guys flying around making an extra block and springing guys, and Ford played pretty well and hit some guys. We made some big catches when maybe wasn't necessarily put right on the money. So really, guys made plays, and when we do that, we're pretty tough.
And I know you and Colin talked about it was going to be a tough defensive line and overall tough defense to go against, since they have a stout defensive line. How did the game plan work for you guys today? Because it worked tremendously.
Yeah, and I really think that we had a good plan, but our kids came in with the right mindset after last week. Last week was very disappointing, and we didn't sit around and pout. They came in and wanted to be better, and it showed. And so we got to do it again, because it doesn't get any easier next week with Augustana.
Yeah, and talk about the defense performance. A couple takeaways, I believe. They were flying around the ball, not making it easy on Minnesota State.
Yeah, it made them drive. We for the most part, besides that last one, we eliminated the big plays. Probably got to do, when we watch film, maybe some missed tackles there on some of those longer runs, but turnovers are key. Got down to red zone, got turnovers, held them to a field goal and they missed. Good team win. Good team win. Special teams was really good today. After, again, last week our kids handled it the right way. Our staff challenged them and responded very well.
And my last question, what was the message after this a really huge win?
Just that when we fly around, play for each other with love and passion like we did today, celebrate with each other, we're a pretty dang good football team, and so we just got to see it again and learn from even last week still, and not get not listen to Coach Saban say the rat poison, and get better. So
thanks, Coach. Congratulations on victory. Thanks so much. Let's bring in our player of the game, Nick. Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You guys are playing at a really high level, obviously, despite last week. What was working today? Because you guys seem to pretty much be able to do whatever you want on the offense side of the ball.
We just had a lot of energy, and after last week, we had a good week of practice, bounced back, and it was good to see us making plays out there.
And also the offensive line. Can you talk a little bit about that? Obviously, you guys can throw the ball really well. You can throw the ball, the deep ball, really well. Talk about the holes that the offensive line was opening up for you and your running backs.
Yeah, they just played as a unit today. It was impressive how well they did, and it was fun to watch.
And how motivated were you guys coming into this game, considering the disappointing loss last week?
Yeah, last week was a tough loss, but we had a good week of practice, and everyone had a good attitude this whole week, and it showed up today. And
my last question, what do you guys have to continue to do moving forward overall as a team to get to the playoffs?
Just have good weeks of practice. I think that's the main thing.
Great, thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we'll send it back up to you, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Nolan. Once again, the final score, 41-33, Wayne State knocks off Minnesota State. We've got the highlights coming up in just a little bit, but we'll take one more break and be back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
You know, the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
To your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
(41-33), Wayne State College with the victory over Minnesota State, improving the Wildcats to 5-1 on the season. Let's take a look at how we got there with today's top plays. Homecoming in Wayne, America, the Wildcats hosting Minnesota State, and it was a big one for the Wildcats, looking to rebound after last week's loss at Minnesota State. Wildcat fans, Wildcat students, everybody ready, including Anthony Watkins, as he's got the scoring started with a 67-yard burst. Mavericks thought he was down for a second, but his backside stayed on top of a player, and he darts toward the end zone, giving the Wildcats an early 7-0 lead. Wildcats pumped. Wayne State strikes again later in the second quarter with the long pass from Nick Bowen to Mason Lee, 45 yards for the touchdown. That gave Wayne State a 17-3 lead at the time. Then a scoop and score as the Wildcats force the turnover, and Gerald Fly goes 34 yards, and that put the Wildcats on top 24-3. But Minnesota State did not make it easy as they get a touchdown from Eckern to Guyot, the Omaha native, a 22-yard touchdown pass. That made it 27-10 in the second quarter. Then the touchdown run by Eckern eventually pulled Minnesota State within 27-20, but Wayne State able to hold them off as Javon France with the one-handed interception kept Minnesota State out of the end zone. Wayne State re-extends its lead with a Jacob Kaiser touchdown burst. The Cedar Catholic graduate pumped up. Wildcats on top 34-20 at that point. But then Niles Williams makes the catch in the end zone to pull the Mavericks back within one possession. 34-26, though the extra point was blocked. Wayne State adds another score to go up 41-26 on fourth down. Nick Bowen found David Elder for 27 yards, made it a 15-point edge for the Wildcats. Minnesota State does tack one on at the end, making it interesting to Williams, and that made it an 8-point game, but the Wildcats recover the onside kick and salt this one away. Wayne State now 5-1 with the 41-33 victory over the Minnesota State Mavericks. Those are your top plays, and what a game it was. Jake Robinson, Wildcats really responded well after the tough loss on the road last week, and against tough competition, they get a big win and improve to 5-1.
They sure did. Like you know, you're Logan Masters talking, Coach Masters. They didn't sit around and pout, and it was a team win. They had guys flying, making extra blocks, and that's what it takes to win football games in the NSIC. You got to get some of those extra plays out of your guys week in, week out. And they definitely brought it today. To say the least. All aspects of the team looked really, really good.
Phenomenal game. It was fun to watch here today, and just a huge, huge performance for the Wildcats. And now they look to move to 6-1 next week when they travel to a very, very tough Augustana squad. But the final score today, once again, 41-33. Wayne State gets the victory over Minnesota State. Want to thank Jake Robinson joining me up here in the booth today. Also Sheldon Fox keeping stats and providing us with all sorts of information during the breaks. Also Director Connor Luby and the entire crew. Thanks to you for tuning in on News Channel Nebraska. Once again, final score, Wayne State 41, Minnesota State 33. This has been a presentation of News Channel Nebraska.